The following sports broadcast is a special presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. It's time for the excitement of West Virginia high school basketball, featuring the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Today's high school basketball broadcast is being brought to you by
Miller Honda of Winchester, the Marius Group at Ameriprise Financial, Parsons Ford, Smallwood Small Insurance, Miller's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, the Berkeley County Health Department, Luttrell LC Real Estate Attorney, Mike Folk for Governor, W. Harley Miller Systems, Carpet World, Bechtel Jewelers, Hagerstown Ford, the Brown Funeral Homes, WVU Medicine, and Panhandle Dumpsters.
And now, let's go courtside and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team with today's pregame show.
Gives some trouble to really both a Spring Mills team today and even a Martinsburg team tomorrow that don't necessarily have a lot of size. For Freedom, you look at that 4-4 record and a number of players back from a team that went to the state championship last year. They went 19-12 a season ago. 10 of those losses came in the regular season. They were able to advance through the playoffs and eventually lost to Maury High School by a final of 57-49 in that state championship game.
And for Spring Mills, they come in at 3-1, and you don't want to say a surprise 3-1 start, but this was one of the teams in the Eastern Panhandle that was going to be a bit of a question mark coming into this year. Luke Samples, the first-year head coach, a lot of guys graduating off that team last year, so to start 3-1, looking pretty good for the Cardinals here in 2019.
You're going to hear from Coach Samples here in a little bit in our pregame show, and he'll tell you just what you said. You don't want to say surprised? He'll say it for you. Yeah, we're pleasantly surprised with where we are right now. Looking back at last year's roster, this team went 8-14 a season ago under prior head coach Andrew Donato and lost here at Martinsburg in the sectional tournament. I pulled that roster sheet out, and there were only 3 returning players and not a single returning starter from that lineup sheet at the end of last season to coming into this season. So very youthful, and to be off to a 3-1 start is definitely going in the right direction.
And they'll get a big test today against this Freedom Eagles team. So far on the season for Spring Mills, a win in their season opener against Lewis County on the road, 47-37. Their only fall in the year so far was a 69-48 loss against Parkersburg, a win against Hampshire, 44-37, and then a win last time out against Silver Oak Academy, 68-35. So take away that 68 points for Silver Oak Academy in this Silver Oak Academy matchup, and this is a team that isn't scoring a whole lot but playing very, very good defense.
Yeah, and Coach Samples said it helps a lot when our shots are going down, but when they're not, he and his coaching staff are pointing out the goal is you got to play defense, you got to rebound, and the other stuff as far as the scoring will take care of itself.
This is the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show, providing custom integration services for home and office automation, home theater networking, audio, video distribution, and more. Phone them at 304-350-1931. When we come back, we'll take a look at what else is going on around the area over this holiday week between Christmas and New Year. We'll also, coming up in the pregame, hear from Spring Mills first-year head coach Luke Samples. That coming up in the pregame show. But first, this 60-second timeout. Again, it's the Skip Fowler Memorial Basketball Tournament. We have Spring Mills taking on Freedom coming up here in just about 10 minutes. And this is West Virginia High School basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
If you're not progressing in healthcare, you're falling behind.
W Medicine has planted itself here, and they're the first university that I've found who wants to take ownership of this population of Western Maryland, Southern Pennsylvania, Eastern Ohio, and the good people of West Virginia. And it's really refreshing to see.
I was able to do things that the patients were going away for, which is good for the patients, and it's good for us because we have more resources. Certainly has helped take us to another level.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
Welcome back into the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. It's time to take a look at what else is going on around the Eastern Panhandle to check up the area schedule. And for that, I will send it over to the man to my right, Matt Miller. What's going on, Matt?
Hey, it is tournament time, and Hedgesville has already secured a victory today as they are in Charleston, South Carolina, taking part in a big 8-team tournament down there. They played today. They'll play tomorrow. They will play again on the 30th before then returning home. So the day off in between, they play Friday, Saturday, off on Sunday, and then the championship on Monday. Well, Hedgesville off to a good start. They beat Colton County by a final of 60-49 earlier today, thanks to Nevin Kilmer keeping us up with that score. That has Hedgesville off to a 6-0 start. Not sure what time or what team they will play tomorrow, depending on the outcome of a game that's probably just getting underway right now. Meanwhile, Jefferson is off until the first of the year, not taking part in a holiday tournament, but they did play on the 23rd, so Monday of this week, suffered a loss at Millbrook, 78-53, so Jefferson 3-3 as they'll head into the new year. Musselman welcomes to town Wheeling Park tonight and Grafton tomorrow afternoon, so Musselman with a couple of games. They've been off since the 14th of December. Musselman's off to a 2-0 start heading into play tonight, and Washington is taking part in a tournament at James Wood tonight and tomorrow. Don't know what team they will be playing in that tournament tonight, but the Washington boys come in at 1-1 on the season, lost their opener at Fort Hill, scored a victory on the 20th of December, beating St. John's out of Front Royal 90-60, and that is a look at EPAC boys basketball heading into this weekend.
So you got a little bit of everything going on with the EPAC teams. You have teams that aren't playing. You have teams that have gone south to South Carolina, teams that are playing in regards to Musselman, other teams from around the Mountain State, and then you have a couple of tournaments featuring Virginia and West Virginia schools. So a little bit of everything between Christmas and New Year.
Well, and exactly what you expect this time of the year, and there are many who have questioned, well, wait a minute, Martinsburg usually goes out on some type of a trip. Typically, of course, they've gone before Christmas because they traditionally hold this Skip Fowler Memorial Tournament between Christmas and New Year, but Martinsburg staying put this season.
One more 60-second break to take, and then we'll come back and hear from first-year Spring Mills head coach Luke Samples on the backside of this 1-minute timeout. This is West Virginia High School basketball on TV 10 and Talk Radio WRNR.
My family, we're always on the move. Little brother is living it up.
What's up, sis?
See Mom made dinner?
I will see you there.
And my big brother, he's got his hands full. But when Mom says come home for dinner, what could possibly stand in our way? Nothing. When you're part of a family like this, you always show up. The Honda family of SUVs, awarded Best SUV Brand for 2019.
Miller Honda, south of Winchester, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. www.mymillerhonda.com.
Hello, I'm Michael Falk, a lifelong resident of West Virginia, husband and father. I worked my way through school and life with honesty, hard work, and determination. These principles have served me well in athletics, education, farming, and aviation, and have carried me through years of fighting for a more accountable government at the local and state level. These same core principles will allow me to serve you well in Charleston. I believe true leadership is sticking your neck out for right even when it goes against the establishment. You can help me put principle over politics and beat the odds one more time.
Welcome back into the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. It is now time to hear from Spring Mill Cardinal head coach Luke Samples. Again, just 4 games in, this game number 5 of his first season at the helm of the Cardinals. Matt, you had a chance to catch up with him a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I got it started just asking how ready he is to see his team after the Christmas break. They haven't been on the floor since December 20th.
Oh, we're very excited. We're right where we want to be, man. 3-1 right now and trending upward. We have 2 really, really difficult opponents this weekend. But, I mean, like I told the kids, we get to test ourselves against Virginia's best today. So if we can compete with these guys, we can compete with anyone.
Talk to us about what you've seen in these first 4 games, 3 wins, 1 loss. You said, trending in the right direction. How much of what you expected to see are you seeing right now?
We're ahead of what I expected. We've won close games and we've grinded out wins. And as with the new program, it's hard to grind out close games against, decent teams. I mean, we've beaten some good teams. We've beaten some good teams with some good records. So we're way ahead of where I expected. Our growth is expediting it within the day. So it's really, really good.
What has been maybe one of those early strengths? What's helped to lead you to those victories?
Our seniors have been seniors. It's just that simple. Our seniors are a little behind the times, really, because, this is my first year and I expect different things than they've had through high school. Whether that's more or less, it's just different. And our seniors have been seniors. With Terrell Moses and Danny Wingfield being 2, Kobe O'Neill, they've stepped up and they've acted like seniors, and the younger guys have followed them, and it's just been a good mesh of younger guys and older guys competing every night.
Talk to us about the depth of your team. How many guys do you like to get in and out in a game?
Man, we'd like to be a little deeper. That's what we're trying to build now. Again, with the culture we're trying to create, if you miss a practice or if you do something stupid in school, we might not have you that night. But when we're fully healthy and have everybody, we like to go 9 or 10 deep. I mean, realistically, we have to play about 8, but we'd like to go 9 or 10.
What is it you see in your opponent tonight? Freedom.
Well, they're the defending 5A state finalists. They're pretty good. I told my team, like I said, if we can compete with them tonight, then we can compete for a state championship. Now, that's just the facts. If we can just stay around, and we want to get to the 4th quarter with a chance. What we want to do every game. We're not naive in the fact that we have to grind out wins. If the ball goes through the basket, it makes it a lot easier. But Freedom is a well-built program coming off a state finalist run, and they have a lot of guys back. So we know we're in for a battle, and we're trying to fight them to the very last bell.
Coach, thank you and good luck.
Thank you.
Spring Mill Cardinal head coach Luke Samples in his first season. The Cardinals now coming back onto the floor, finishing up their warm-ups with just under 5 minutes left before we will get the Skip Fowler tournament underway again. It's Freedom in town taking on the Spring Mills Cardinals. It'll be North Stafford and Martinsburg coming up in game 2 right around 7:30. Another 60-second break to take, and when we come back, we'll take a deeper look at both of these teams and then starting lineups and then tip-off. All that coming up in just a few short minutes. But first, this 60-second timeout. This is West Virginia High School basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Who should you call when it comes to your real estate legal needs?
This is Chris Luttrell, local real estate attorney with offices in Martinsburg and Charlestown. Let's be direct. Buying or selling your home is a matter not to be taken lightly. At my firm, Luttrell LC, we possess the experience and knowledge to represent you and ensure your most important investment is protected. Give us a call at 304-267-3050. 304-267-3050. Because at Luttrell LC, your home is our business.
Remember that last trip to the auto mechanic?
I also think your solenoid gasket is bad.
What?
Yep, that'll be another $500.
Forget that and go to D&N Auto Specialist at 230 Tavern Road, Martinsburg, where honesty is their best policy. Serving the Eastern Panhandle since 1974, D&N Auto is family-owned and operated, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. From general maintenance to major overhauls, they'll treat you right. Call D&N Auto Specialist at 304-267-4078.
Welcome back into the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. Again, you're listening to the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. It It is now time for our Keys to the Game, brought to you by Luttrell LC. Let Chris Luttrell hand you the keys to your new home. For all your real estate legal needs, call Luttrell LC at 304-267-3050. Well, Matt, at 4-4, you would hate to say that Freedom is coming in the favorite over the 3-1 Spring Mill Cardinals, but when you're the defending runner-up in 5A in Virginia, you get that target on your back. So let's start with them. What do they need to do to come into the Eastern Panhandle and get a win over Spring Mills?
Well, they've got to come in here and just assert what they want to do. You look at their scoring a game right around 58.5, almost 59 points a game. They're going to take their opportunities to get up and down the floor when they can, but it really seems like they want to be a little more methodical and work with the size that they have. If they can do that, they can certainly have some success against a Spring Mills team that doesn't bring a lot of size into this one.
Yeah, you look at the biggest player for Spring Mills, goes 6'3", and that's Kevin Whitener. A couple of big post players for this Freedom team. Let's switch over to Spring Mills. What do they need to do to keep a strong start going and get their 4th win of the season?
Well, one of the things, as we heard from Coach Samples, things go better when our shots are dropping. They've got to be able to make open looks, because you've got to imagine rebounding could be a little bit of a challenge. They can't have a lot of one-and-dones. You know, that one down the floor, take a shot, and make it or miss it, and you're back the other way. If that's going to be the case, they've got to be able to make some shots. And as Coach Samples said, this is a team right now that in its building and growing process just wants to make sure they stay within striking distance, and maybe in the 4th quarter, anything can happen.
Keys to the Game have been a service of Chris Luttrell at Luttrell LC. Locally owned, they know the business and are part of the community. You can win every time when it comes to your real estate legal needs. Just call Luttrell LC at 304-267-3050. We are now just about ready to get our starting lineups for the day. The starting lineups are a service of DNN Auto Specialists. If your vehicle is not starting properly, then start at DNN Auto to get it fixed right the first time. Family owned and operated since 1974. Call 304-267-4078. Head coach Justin Powers is leading Freedom. Again, Luke Samples is the head coach for Spring Mills. Starting with Freedom, guard 6' senior number 1 Robbie Kammerer. Number 3 Jalen Harrison goes 5'10", as a senior guard. Number 10 Elijah Easter is a sophomore, goes 5'8", so looking like a 3-guard set for the Freedom Eagles. Number 20 Lance Johnson, the big man down low we talked about just a minute ago, the 6'6" senior. And number 52 Nicholas Westfall, again one of those big men down low, 6'5". That forward/center is a senior as well. Now for the Spring Mills Cardinals. They come in 3-1 on this young season. Looking at their starting lineup, again, a relatively young team, but still some junior and senior leadership as well. Number 2 Terrell Moses, the 6' senior guard, the first name announced here at the field house. Number 5 Daniel Wingfield, the 5'10" guard, also a senior for the Cardinals. 6' junior forward, number 10 Malachi Baker. Number 14 Quincy Ray, a 5'10" guard, is a junior. And number 15 Jacoby O'Neal, but we understand goes more by Kobe, is a 6'2" forward, also is a senior. Those are the starting lineups for Freedom and Spring Mills. Waiting to see if they will do the national anthem before this game or before the Martinsburg game.
I think it's going to be before the later game, as the two teams are getting some final instruction from their head coaches, and it looks like we're just about ready to go.
Just got the word that the national anthem will be before the second game. Again, our pregame show was brought to you by W. Harley Miller Systems, providing custom integration services to eliminate the need for a table full of remotes or dozens of apps on your cell phone. For more, call 304-350-1931 or visit WHMsystems.com. Spring Mills comes out in all whites, red numbers, Cardinals across the front of the jerseys. For Freedom, they will wear the Georgia Tech looking black and gold. There's the jump, and the tip will go to Freedom. They'll start to our right. In the backcourt started is Kemmerer. And they will slow down the offense and try to set it up here in the front court. A dangerous cross-court pass. Good defense so far by Spring Mills. Looks like they're starting to man-to-man, Matt.
More of like a matchup zone, it looks like, the way that they're playing in the middle of the paint especially.
Kick out to the left corner. 3 up and good. That 3 from the left corner. Cody Schrader, make that Jalen Harrison. Knocks the 3 to put the Eagles up 3-0 early in this one.
Yeah, nice job by Freedom working that ball to an open man.
Good dish down low, finishing at the rim with the left hand is Baker, and Spring Mills back within 1.
Yeah, good drive. Quincy Ray down that right baseline, drew the defense, and then found the open man.
Loose ball, last touch going off of Kemmerer, and it'll be Spring Mills basketball, 7:13 remaining in the first quarter.
And one of those cases, Freedom thought they had a chance, tried to get down the floor quickly. Good defense that time by Spring Mills.
Cardinals now into the front court. Again, looks like a man-to-man defense for Freedom, and a turnover at the top of the key. It was Ray looking to go into the corner, and just a severe overpass. Not sure where he was looking for that pass, but missed out of bounds bad.
Well, I think he was trying to get it to Baker down in that right corner, and as you said, just totally overshot him. It's like that wide receiver who's wide open, and a QB just can't quite find him.
Quick passing around the perimeter. Good ball fake and driving in. A good block down low on the drive by Harrison, and now he's trapped, and we are going to get a 3-second call and a turnover for Freedom. It'll go back to Spring Mills.
Yeah, good drive by Harrison, and as you said, someone from Spring Mills, as he was pulling that one from his hip up for the shot, got a hand on it, knocked it free. No held ball, no travel, no turnover, but then 3 defenders surrounded him, and that led to the 3-second violation.
Baker now with it, has that stripped in the front court, going down the other way and laying it in, but hit off the back and rolled around. It was a easy opportunity for Johnson, and now a turnover for Spring Mills, going back the other way and trying to work with numbers. We'll get our first foul of the game. Just driving into the lane was Easter, and he'll draw contact.
That foul's going to be on Kobe O'Neill. It'll be his first and the game's first foul. And a case there where I think Luke Samples is going to tell his young Cardinals, don't be in such a hurry. And that long down the floor pass was very easily picked off, leading to the foul.
Harrison received a long cross-court inbounds. Now back up top to Easter. Playing a little catch with Harrison. Now in the corner to Kemmerer. Again, quick passing around the perimeter so far. Trying to draw that defense in and then kick it back out for a 3. Not quite using that size we expected yet. Now they'll use that size down low. Good hesitation up and in with the right hand. Lance Johnson, the 6'6" senior, puts it up and in for his first points of the day, and Freedom has the 5-2 advantage.
Hey, that ball fake works, right? You know, he gave the ball fake, and that got the defender in the air, and then he could get to the other side of the rim to lay it in.
Wingfield brought it into the front court, tried to use some fancy dribbling, ended up taking that back into the backcourt, so another turnover for Spring Mills. Freedom basketball with the 5-2 advantage, 5:40 and counting on the first quarter clock. Ball pokes free, but Harrison able to corral it.
I'll have to get one of our officials out there listening or viewing to give me some help on that.
Good drive on the scoop shot, fighting through contact. Up and in on the shot was Easter. 7-2 now, that Freedom advantage. Timeout on the floor taken by Luke Samples. Let's go ahead and take a 30-second timeout as well. Again, it is Freedom 7, Spring Mills 2 with 5:26 remaining in the first quarter. This is West Virginia High School basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
My name is Monica. I'm an elementary school teacher.
My name is Mitch. I'm a graphic design specialist.
We have 4 children. Currently we have life and auto insurance with Erie. Our agent is helping us to move our homeowners insurance to Erie as well.
They've always been a good company and good customer service. If anything ever happens to me, my family will be protected.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Back in play, bringing it into the front court again is Wingfield. Bringing quickly to the right side, driving in, fighting through contact. Too strong off the iron was O'Neill. Defensive rebound down low for Johnson. Now Freedom working into the front court. Kemmerer pauses his dribble, now kicks it out. A open 3 for Eastern. He knocks it down from the right wing. Good ball movement, a wide open shot, and Elijah Easter did not hesitate but slowed his shot down enough that he was able to put a quality one up 10-2, and then good ball movement. And the foul is going to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play will be Kobe O'Neill.
Yeah, nice job to work it down inside, and O'Neill took it up strong against Lance Johnson, drawing contact, was able to muscle it up and in. That stops a 7-0 run that had Freedom out in front, 10-2, now 10-4, pending this free throw. Matt, I wanted to get back to it quickly. We had to get into that timeout. There was a made basket, but that possession a few possessions ago for Spring Mills, the backcourt violation, the ball never went across midcourt, but a player's foot slid and went across midcourt. I didn't realize just a player's foot crossing over would be a backcourt violation. I thought the ball had to go over.
I'm with you. I was thinking that same thing, but the call was a backcourt violation. We'll get a foul, a down low. Looks like that one's going to go on Quincy Ray off the drive from Robbie Kemmerer.
That'll be the first foul on Ray, second team foul. Right now, I would say for Spring Mills I've got 4 turnovers in this opening quarter to be within 5. Coach Samples, while he's not pleased with the turnovers, pleased that they're still this close.
Kemmerer with it, going to drive right down the lane and give it off, and the foul finishing at the basket is Nicholas Westfall. It's a great pass from Robbie Kemmerer, driving the middle of the lane, then dishing it off. A little no-look pass, Matt, and a strong finish for the 6'5 senior Nicholas Westfall, who will go to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play.
Hey, we've seen both teams do that, where they'll get a drive to the basket, draw the defense, and very unselfish basketball hitting the open man. The bucket made and the foul on Jacob Barrick, the 6'2 sophomore.
Westfall connects on the free throw. 13-5. Now the Eagle advantage. Looks like a press now coming for Freedom. Try to extend this lead. Moses will get the inbound, having to go up like a receiver to make that catch. Now working into the front court is Ray.
Yeah, on the football field, you call that mossing somebody, right?
And Ray driving the lane. Good pass along the baseline, a spin move. Trying to go up with it was number 11, Jacob Barrick, but just a little too strong. I think he was surprised he was as open as he was when he spun right on that low block.
Yeah, that ball had a little awkward rotation on it. It hit that rim and spun right out, but out of bounds off of Freedom.
Inbounds goes right to that low block. Moses, a little bit of a fadeaway floater, gets jammed between the backboard and the rim, so we will have a jump ball. And believe possession will stay with Spring Mills. Haven't had a change of possession since that opening tip, so we'll stay with Spring Mills. Now the possession error will go back to Freedom. Again, a baseline inbound. Wingfield having to tip that one up to himself. And now he'll bring it back out. Picks up his dribble, nowhere to give it off to. Now Ray, it takes it and has it poked away, goes out of bounds, and will stay Spring Mills basketball in the front court.
Inbounds plays have been a little dicey for Spring Mills, you might say, and on that situation there for Wingfield, no need to pick up your dribble over there near the sideline. You just gave the defense an extra defender.
Ray, long cross-court pass to Wingfield. He drives in, fights through contact, has that shot blocked down low. That was by Johnson. And now Freedom in the front court. Kemmerer with it, working down low. Johnson now with it. Trying a low post move, no dice, and Freedom has to kick it back out. Easter now with it.
Nice defense, O'Neill. Didn't give up any ground.
Johnson, open three from the left corner, and he knocks it down. Right now, Freedom shooting very well from beyond the arc, and you see the 6'6 Johnson knocking one down from beyond the arc. 16-5 at Freedom advantage. Now Easter working back the other way after picking the pocket of Spring Mills. Ball hits off of Ray last. It was a pass attempt to Kemmerer. Got poked out of bounds into the seats behind the basket, and it'll stay Freedom basketball.
Yeah, now 5 turnovers in the early going for Spring Mills, and the lead really beginning to stretch out right now for Freedom, up to 11.
Baseline inbound at the tee of Martinsburg. Johnson with it on that left wing, driving in. Floater in the lane, too strong off the side of the iron. It goes out of bounds, and it will stay Freedom basketball. I think Johnson looking for a foul, went through a lot of contact down low.
Yeah, he hit the deck and looked around, but no foul called, and unfortunately O'Neill ended up being the last one to touch that would-be rebound.
Good inbound play. Floater in the lane, too strong for Westfall. Back the other way comes Spring Mills. Wingfield into the front court with it for Spring Mills.
Spring Mills has done a nice job on the boards. It's the turnovers that have been costly for them, and they're not getting a lot of good looks.
And a bad pass from Moses to Wingfield gets tipped out of bounds by Easter. and it'll stay Spring Mills basketball. A couple of substitutions coming in. Looks like Jordan Wolin coming in along with
Alex Bachman.
Number 12, correct.
And Anish Kalyan into the ball game.
Driving in is Terrell Moses, too strong off the backboard, but he'll get his own rebound. Now a straightaway three opportunity. That one too strong off the back iron. Tipped out of bounds and last touched by Spring Mills on a diving effort by number 15, Kobe O'Neill, and he is limping a little bit as he comes up. Not sure if he hit that knee on somebody on that Freedom bench or not, but he's asking to come out of the game.
Hang on, right now it's a 5-on-4 out there. Spring Mills needs a player on the floor. They're playing 5-on-4 right now.
Yeah. Kobe O'Neill just came out of the game. There wasn't a substitution. We're going to get a technical foul on Spring Mills.
Luke Samples was calling out to the official, and the official coming down the floor called a technical on Luke Samples. As you said, O'Neill went limping right down the sideline and immediately went to the bench and to the trainer. I don't know that Luke Samples or anyone on the coaching staff really caught that he was walking by, headed towards the bench, and so none of the officials caught it either. It was a 5-on-4 situation for Spring Mills as the inbounds for Freedom had them dribbling into the front court. That's when Coach Samples stepped out onto the floor and hollered at the official, and the official has given him the technical.
And the way that O'Neill was moving down the court, I'm thinking from the bench, it looked like he was just going into that right corner, not necessarily out of play. It'll be a technical foul on Coach Samples. First of the day for him, so he will have to handle the rest of this game from a seat at the line. Shooting the technical foul free throws is number 20, Lance Johnson. And he knocks down the first one.
Well, Johnson now with 6 points. He's the leading scorer in this opening quarter for Freedom. A good-looking senior. 6'6", can shoot it outside. Pretty good from the foul line, although he rattles that one in and out.
And now just 1 for 2. It'll stay Freedom basketball. Wallen will inbound it from that far sideline right in front of the Heffley Motors table. Let's see a Brian Potts over there.
Had a couple of calls here that I'm still questioning. The backcourt violation earlier, and that's an awful tough technical right there. When a coach realizes he's got 5-on-4 out there on the floor, steps up to tell an official. I think that was a quick whistle.
Quick ball movement for Freedom and a jump stop from about 10 feet out. Rising up was Alex Bachman. He gets his first 2 points of the game, 19-5, as Freedom has really started well from the field in this one.
Get an idea, Bachman's going to be a pretty good player. He's just a freshman. That was a very sweet move on the right side of the lane to pull up off the dribble.
Ray, a little hesitation. He'll drive in again, fight through contact. Misses that one off the side of the iron, but an offensive rebound for Spring Mills. A second one by Wingfield, and he goes up and will draw the foul. Will go to the line for a pair.
Now that one is going to be on Bachman, the freshman, and while he didn't look like a freshman on the offensive end, that was a freshman move there, really swatting hard at the basketball and coming right down into the shooter.
And something you don't need to do with as many bodies as we're down there for Freedom. Just got to hold your position.
Yeah, elevate and get those hands straight up and no need to swat.
Wingfield can't connect on his first foul shot. 2:02 remaining in the first quarter of action here from the field house.
Scoring a real issue early on for Spring Mills, just struggling to make shots.
Second foul shot short, barely is skimming the front of the iron, and back the other way comes Freedom. Slowing it down is Wallen, sending it down low. Good post move, good pass. Johnson with it. He'll kick it out to a wide open Bachman in the right corner, and he knocks down the three. Alex Bachman with 5 now in the game. Timeout taken by Coach Samples as Freedom has really dominated this game in the first quarter. 22-5, our score with 1:41 remaining in the first quarter. We'll take a 30-second break with a timeout on the floor, and we will be back for the remainder of the first quarter of action here from the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. Again, it is Freedom 22, Spring Mills 5.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Crowd starting to file in more and more by the minute here at the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. Again, encourage you to come down today and tomorrow, as it'll be the same time, just flip teams. Basically tomorrow it'll be Spring Mills taking on North Stafford, while Freedom will take on Martinsburg in the late game. Spring Mills will once again have that 6 o'clock tip. Encourage you to come down, support Spring Mills, support Martinsburg, or if you're tuning in from the greater Virginia area, again, not too far of a drive. We've made that trip once this year. Come up and support your team. But if you can't make it, again, we'll be happy to bring it to you on WRNR TV, TV 10, of course, as always, Talk Radio WRNR.
Talked to the Freedom coaching staff as they were getting off the bus. They said it took them about an hour and a half. We know for North Stafford, roughly 2 hours, that trip to get up here.
Terrell Moses was stuck in the corner, does get it off to Quincy Ray, who's driving the baseline. Dangerous pass, but Wingfield able to corral it.
Skimmed the bottom of the backboard on its way from the baseline back out to the wing.
Moses, an acrobatic fadeaway jump shot that rattles around and is able to fall. He's got his first 2 points of the game. And working quickly back the other way was Easter, and he's going to get called for, I believe, the arm extension.
Yes, that'll be an offensive foul on Elijah Easter, his first, team's third. 22-7 is the score, and Freedom on a 19-3 run prior to that last basket that Moses made.
Moses with it now into the front court on that right wing, trying to drive, nothing there, gives it at the top of the key. Now with it is Baker. Baker, a couple of between the leg dribbles, trying to work to that left side. Again, good defense by Freedom, and that one poked away, and going back the other way is the Eagles. No numbers, and a good block by Ray, who I do believe does get it off of a diving Jordan Wallen, and he does. I thought for sure they were going to say that Quincy Ray was already out of bounds when he tried to save that possession, but was not. A good heads-up play by the 5'10 junior, and it'll be Spring Mills basketball. It's Daniel Wingfield with it near the mid-court stripe now into the front court for the Cardinals.
I thought for sure we were going to get a foul. There was a ton of contact in knocking that ball free before Ray saved it from going out of bounds and bounced it off of the man on the floor.
Baker trying to drive into that low block, nowhere to go. Now Ray with it, 20 seconds remaining in the first quarter, poked away. Moses able to run it down, now driving the middle of the lane, kicks it out to Quincy Ray on the right corner. He knocks down a three. 22-10, Spring Mills, a nice little run.
They have 5 unanswered points. They need a stop here at the end of the quarter.
4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Easter, I'm not sure where the clock does get it up before the horn, but misses everything. And after 1 quarter of action here at the Martinsburg Fieldhouse in the Skip Fowler Memorial Basketball Tournament, it is the Freedom Eagles with the 12-point advantage over Spring Mills, 22-10. Let's go ahead and take a 60-second timeout. When we come back, we'll talk about that first quarter and get the second quarter started again. After 1, it is Freedom 22, Spring Mills 10.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Let's talk trash, because when it comes to trash, you have options. Panhandle Dumpsters is a local family-owned garbage hauling company serving both residential and commercial customers with weekly trash pickup, dumpster service, yard waste pickup, and bulk pickups too. Panhandle Dumpsters will give you a free trash can and provide curbside service for just $23 a month. Panhandle Dumpsters features a fleet of quieter, eco-friendly garbage trucks, thereby reducing the noise usually associated with pickup. Switch now and save up to 30%. Call 833-DUMP-STR, panhandledumpsters.com.
Catches some chatter in the hospitality suite, which is doubling as our press box, or I think the other way around. Our press box is doubling as the hospitality suite today. We're catching some chatter as some coaches chowing down on some Chick-fil-A. Ball poked out of bounds to start the second quarter. It will remain Freedom basketball as Looked like Moses was the one that poked that away and tried to keep it inbounds. Couldn't do it. It'll be a baseline inbound for Wallen.
Matt, a couple of key things out of quarter number one. Obviously,
great inbounds pass, a wide open layup, finishing with the left hand for Nicholas Westphal. He's now got 5 in the first half, 24-10, as Freedom gets the first basket of this second quarter.
So 19-3 the run in that opening quarter for Freedom that helped to build the lead. They also hit 4 3-pointers and forced 6 turnovers out of Spring Mills and now make it 7.
And make that 7 as Terrell Moses driving in the left side, got to the low block and did more of a high step than an actual dribble. I think was trying to fight through contact and never got a whistle and chopped those feet about 4 times before that whistle blew.
Yeah, I think that contact knocked him off balance in the air, and he ended up coming back down and did a little hop step, hoping maybe no one would see it.
Westphal had it momentarily, and that gives it up to Bachman. Now it's Kemmerer with it on that right wing. Picks up his dribble, finds Wallen straight away, trying to drive. Nowhere to go. We'll take it back out and set up the offense. Quick movement around the arc. Contact again and no whistle. And then a ball poked away. Initially, it was Jordan Carroll with it and just couldn't hang on. Goes out of bounds. It'll stay. Freedom basketball, and Matt, a lot of contact. And you get that sometimes in these tournaments where because of the time constrictions and trying to get 2 games in, it's calls that you would normally see in regular season game. That 3 off the mark for Wallen. Back the other way comes Terrell Moses in the lane again, fighting through contact. The right hand misses that one short off the iron. Back the other way comes the Eagles.
That good drive to the basket, underhand scoop shot, but just didn't quite get enough on it.
Kemmerer driving on the left side with the left hand, misses that one strong. Coming down with the rebound is Terrell Moses.
Yeah, great box out. Good body control to go up, shield off the defender, and pull that one down.
Ray with it, trying to drive again, an acrobatic shot, hangs on the front of the rim and gets it to go. Quincy Ray gets his first basket here in the second quarter.
Yeah, and a nice screen by Terrell Moses that helped to give him just that half a step advantage.
A drop off and an easy finish for Nicholas Westphal. And right now the Freedom offense is firing on all cylinders. Wingfield has that ball poked away. Now coming back with it into the front court is Bachman, laying it off the glass with the right hand.
7 off the bench for the 6'3 freshman who doesn't really play like a freshman on the floor.
And you saw some speed by Bachman, splitting a couple of defenders and then finishing at the rim with the right hand. Wingfield with it on the left wing. And a ball that is, again, off of the hands of Jordan Carroll. That's something we've seen from him since coming into the ball game. Just can't seem to get comfortable hanging on to the basketball.
9 Spring Mills turnovers unofficially in this first half. Way too many against a very good Freedom team.
Baker coming back into the game. Daniel Wingfield will take a seat.
Put those turnovers together with a night when you're struggling to shoot the basketball, and that leads to what right now is a 16-point deficit.
Westphal with it, gives it up to Harrison. Never uses that dribble before giving it off to Kemmerer on that right wing. Looking down low, nobody there. Now a straightaway 3 for Bachman. He hits another one. He's in double digits with 10. Alex Bachman, the 6'2 freshman off the bench, having a whale of a game, and we're just a few minutes into the second quarter.
Already 5 3-pointers for this Freedom team. Boy, they can knock it down from beyond the arc.
Freedom showing a little bit of a trap as trying to work it quickly into that wing was Ray, looking for Carroll. Gets poked out of bounds. It'll stay Cardinal basketball in the front court.
Well, the Cardinals have to recognize when that trap is coming, they've got to move towards the basketball. In that situation, Spring Mills able to avoid the trap as they got it out to Ray out front, but as the 2 defenders rotated towards him, the other guys are standing still. You got to come and create passing lanes.
Spring Mills basketball. Is Carroll with it on that right side. Nowhere to go, looking for somebody to give it off to. He does find Terrell Moses. Almost drags that foot.
Yeah.
Was able to keep it planted. Driving, now kicks it back out. A straightaway, a 3, too strong off the back of the iron. That was Baker. But putting it up back the other way comes Freedom. Good pass into the lane, but bobbled. Now back the other way comes Baker and Spring Mills. Gets it out to Carroll, driving in the lane. Puts a shot up a floater in the lane. Count it, and the foul. Great job by Jordan Carroll, driving with that right hand, fighting through contact, finishing with that floater in the lane. And he will go to the line trying to get Spring Mills their 15th point of this ball game, 31-14 at the moment.
Foul was on Bachman. That'll be his second, team foul number 4.
Foul Foul shot too strong off the back of the iron. Not back into the front court quickly is Freedom. That's Bachman from the left corner, knocks down another three. His third of this first half. 34-14, the Freedom advantage.
13 points off the bench for the freshman.
And another turnover for Spring Mills. Good job keeping it in by Freedom. Now Bachman driving, a little hesitation up and under, and everything is falling right now for Alex Bachman. Not the cleanest shot, but somehow gets it to fall. Timeout taken by Spring Mills head coach Luke Samples. We'll take the 30-second timeout as well with 3:49 remaining in the first half. It is Freedom 36, Spring Mills 14.
Floodwaters can spread E. coli bacteria. Here's Bill Kearns from the Berkeley County Health Department about what to do if your well is tested positive.
If it's just a one-time contamination, you can superchlorinate your well, which we have instructions at the health department. They could call and talk to us. You're providing an excessive amount of bleach down the well. Then you do a runoff to get that out of the system, to get the bleach through your lines, get any contamination out there. You do a runoff of so long, and then you can have it tested again.
The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. Call 304-263-5131.
Welcome back into the Martinsburg Field House. We welcome you back into the broadcast location, high atop the field house, which is again doubling as the hospitality suite today. Matt Crawford, Matt Miller here with you.
3 timeouts already for Luke Samples, just trying to find a way to keep this one close. Right now, Freedom having their way. They are hitting the outside shot, knocking down 6 3-pointers to this point in the game. And on the other end, playing great defense. They're getting hands in passing lanes. They're trapping when they get that opportunity. They forced 10 Spring Mills turnovers, and the Cardinals, not only the turnovers, but not making shots. They've scored only 4 points so far in this second quarter, and that's the reason why they are down the way they are.
Back out of the timeout of the Spring Mills basketball, and a good diving effort to keep it alive down low. Number 21, that's Kevin Whitener. Came into the game before the timeout, and a good effort played down low to keep Spring Mills from getting yet another turnover. 3:26 and counting in the second quarter. Driving is Carroll. He'll stop and pop from about 15 feet and knocks down the jumper.
Yeah, nice move on that left baseline. He's got 4 points now since he's come in.
Kemmerer tries the three from straight away. Too short off the iron, and back the other way is Spring Mills.
Yeah, Widener with a rebound in the quick outlet.
And Buskey driving the lane on the right side, took that coast to coast and finished off the glass, hanging on the front of the rim for a moment, but gets it to fall. And Dominic Buskey, his first 2 points of this ball game.
Well, a couple of quick spurts that we've seen from Spring Mills, one in that opening quarter. Let's see if they've got one in them here, if this is the start of one in the second.
Free ball from the left corner, that one too short off the iron, but an offensive rebound. And another three, this one from the right wing for Alex Bachman, and he is lighting up the score sheet again, just a freshman.
Wow.
Terrell Moses going into the corner, trying to drive the baseline, nowhere to go. Good help defense down low. That was Johnson coming over to help down low. Now Carroll going to drive in, gets his pocket pick going back the other way. Now is Freedom going to the lane. Is Harrison too strong off the iron, but he will go to the line for 2. That foul going to be called on Buskey of Spring Mills.
It'll be his first, team foul number 5. Harrison to the line. Wow, how about the effort you mentioned, Bachman? He has now got 3. That would be 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 in the quarter, 18 in the game, and 4 3-pointers off the bench.
Harrison knocks down the first of 2 foul shots, 40-18, with 2:19 remaining in the first half. Couple of substitutions, including Bachman going to the bench, getting a standing ovation from, I'm sure, not only the Freedom crowd, but some of the casual spectators on hand. Harrison, the second foul shot, that one up and good as he knocks down a pair.
5 points for him. He had the first 3 of the ball game left open in that left corner and hadn't scored again until those 2 foul shots. Plenty of scoring to go around. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, only 5 players have scored for this Freedom team when you look at it.
Ray, a good crossover dribble, trying to drive that low block. Nowhere to go. Finally turns to the basket and puts up a floater. Misses that one short, but a good offensive rebound and put back by Jacob Barrick. his first 2 points of the game, and a good big man move on the low block by Barrick.
Yeah, they're letting him play. He felt some contact, powered his way through it, knocked a defender away, and was able to get the shot.
Johnson had it poked away, but Harrison able to scoop it up and now set up the offense. Easter with it momentarily. Now Johnson had it on the foul line, kicks it out into the left corner. 3-ball up and good, and that is Dominique Jones getting into the scoring action for Freedom as he knocks down the 3 from the left corner. 43-20, now that Eagle advantage.
They've now hit 8 threes as a team in this first half.
Carroll with it, hesitates, now picks up his dribble in that right corner. A high arcing pass to Ray, who tries to drive the foul line, nowhere to go. Now Carroll with it, he'll drive the baseline, a floater. That one blocked by Lance Johnson, out of bounds. It'll stay Spring Mills basketball.
And not only Johnson, but Callion was to the side of him, sticking a hand up there, helping to maybe deflect that shot also.
It'll be Quincy Ray, the inbound from the baseline. Looking for Wingfield and finds him, but I think Daniel Wingfield was looking more to the basket than making sure that ball was coming into the chest. It goes out of bounds, and another turnover for Spring Mills.
Right through his hands, rolled off the top of his head and out of bounds, and that's 12 Cardinal turnovers in the first half. That's an unofficial total.
Easter into the front court for Freedom as we are at the 1 minute mark. Out of the 3, this one from the right wing, that one short, missing everything on the shot was Dominic Jones. Now back the other way is Terrell Moses for Spring Mills. Ray now with it, looking for a high ball screen. Sends it back out top. It was Buskey with it, this time getting the ball screen. Driving in a spin move in the lane, and too strong on the shot for Jacob Barrick. Back the other way for Freedom. It's Easter driving in the lane, a scoop shot with the right hand. That one too short off the backboard with 30 seconds left. Spring Mills going back the other way, and another turnover for the Cardinals. Jones with it. He'll now slow it down. We'll see if Freedom holds for the final shot of the first half. We're under 20 seconds left, 17 and counting. Easter now with it at the jump circle. Guarded by Terrell Moses. And we're going to get a 5-second call. With 10.7 left, a turnover for Freedom, and now Spring Mills the opportunity to get the final shot of the first half.
I've got just their 5th turnover. Also, by the way, notice the scoreboard, 43-20. That shot for Dominique Jones may have only counted as a 2. May have had his toes on the line.
5 seconds left, a trap for Moses. Gets it away, and now another turnover. And will Freedom be able to get the shot up? They won't. It was Easter with it under the basket.
No, but what we will get, yes, a foul.
That is an interesting call because I'm not sure that ball ever came. I think the buzzer had sounded before there was contact or a shot put up.
Well, he gave the ball fake and got the defender in the air. Apparently the contact was coming almost simultaneously with the horn.
Easter's first foul shot, no good. Everybody just waiting at the bench where they go in to the locker room for the halftime intermission. Easter's second foul shot, too strong off the back of the iron.
Had a lane violation anyway.
Violation regardless, so he goes 0 for 2. And at the end of the first half of action, it is 43-20 Freedom on top of Spring Mills. A 60-second timeout, then we're back with analysis from the first half, also some stats, individual and team from the first half. Again, that coming up in the halftime show, brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg. But first, a 60-second timeout. Again at the half, it's Freedom 43 and Spring Mills 20.
If you hang the WVU Medicine sign, certainly has helped take us to another level.
Evolving what we try to do as physicians and as a health system and organization is the mission of WVU Medicine, and it's an exciting mission to be a part of.
With the knowledge and the years of practice that they've put into this institution, you know, they know a lot. They can help you, and they've helped me a lot.
Having people treated locally enhances their overall care.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
And And we welcome you back in to the Martinsburg Fieldhouse halftime of game 1 of 2 in the Skip Fowler Memorial Basketball Tournament. Coming up at 7:30 will be Martinsburg taking on North Stafford. At the half, it is 43-20 Freedom on top of Spring Mills, our halftime show. Again, a service of Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, auto, home, life, business, disability, retirement. Smallwood and Small is your total insurance solution. Phone them at 304-263-3361. Well, man, it was all Freedom in the first half. I'm not sure there's a nicer way to put that. And really, it was the Alex Bachman show in that first half. 18 points for the freshman off the bench.
Well, and, he was a part of that 19-3 run in that opening quarter that really helped to blow this one wide open. It was a 7-2 score when Spring Mills head coach Luke Samples called the first of 3 timeouts that he needed in the first half. And they did get a 3-point bucket shortly after that, but that was really all that they could get going. The lead ballooned out to 22-5 before a second timeout was needed. It was 22-10 after one, and the onslaught continued in quarter number 2. You'd at least say the two teams were consistent, right? Freedom scored 21 points in the second period after 22 in the first, and Spring Mills 10 points in both quarters, and what that equals is a 23-point deficit for the Cardinals.
Well, you look at the overall scoring average for Freedom. They've been giving up about 54.6 a game to opponents. So right now, Spring Mill's a little below average when you look at per half compared to overall in a game. But for this Eagle team, they came in averaging 58 points, so round up to 59 points a game. They're already at 43, so this is a much more explosive offensive performance than they've had yet this season.
And they certainly have done it from outside the arc. 6 3-pointers that they have knocked down. Put that together on the offensive end when they've set up offensively with forcing 13 turnovers, and many of those turnovers leading to the more fast break types of baskets, and you can understand why their scoring is up.
Again, the halftime show service of Smallwood and Small Insurance. Another 60-second break to take. When we come back, we'll have our bullpup report, freshman and JV football reports, or freshman and JV basketball reports, rather, from around the Eastern Panhandle and for Martinsburg. That coming up next in the halftime show after this 60-second timeout. Again at the half, it's Freedom 43, Spring Mills 20.
No problem, Mike. I'll talk to you.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Let's talk trash, because when it comes to trash, you have options. Panhandle Dumpsters is a local family-owned garbage hauling company serving both residential and commercial customers with weekly trash pickup, dumpster service, yard waste pickup, and bulk pickups too. Panhandle Dumpsters will give you a free trash can and provide curbside service for just $23 a month. Panhandle Dumpsters features a fleet of quieter, eco-friendly garbage trucks, thereby reducing the noise usually associated with pickup. Switch now and save up to 30%. Call 833-DUMP-STR, panhandledumpsters.com.
Into the halftime show. Had said we were going to do the bullpup report. We will kind of highlight the teams we know that are right now in action or have been in action over the last couple of days in the JV and freshman realm. And then we will also just take a look at what's coming up later today and tomorrow in this Skip Fowler tournament.
Got to tell you, I don't know that much is going on for any of the JV teams, as many of the players that are on a varsity roster may very well be a part of a JV roster as well, where they can get some minutes on both levels. I do know there is a freshman tournament going on in Kaiser. Martinsburg getting a pair of victories over Frankfurt and Southern, so the Martinsburg freshman boys are 3-0. I understand Spring Mills was taking part in that tournament as well, but I've not gotten any reports as to how those games have played out. On the varsity level, we can tell you Hedgesville is playing at a tournament in Charleston, South Carolina. They got a victory over Colton County 60-49 earlier this evening. They are now 6-0. They'll play again tomorrow in the winners bracket. Jefferson is off until the new year. here. Musselman hosting Wheeling Park tonight, Grafton tomorrow afternoon, while Washington is playing at a tournament at James Wood. And of course, next up here at the Skip Fowler Memorial Tournament, it will be Martinsburg against North Stafford, and looking forward to that matchup. North Stafford got a win over Stafford, Virginia, a Stafford team that beat Martinsburg by a point in the season opener. So just looking at scores and those comparisons, you'd expect a pretty good matchup in the nightcap.
Looking forward to it again. That's a scheduled 7:30 tip. Looking at the time right now, probably not going to be a 7:30 tip, more 7:45 towards 8 o'clock. We'll see how quickly this second half plays out. Again, at the half, it is Freedom 43, Spring Mills 20. We're going to take one more 1-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll take a look at the team and individual stats from the first half for Freedom and Spring Mills. Again, back in 60 seconds.
They're my closest friends. We've been through a lot together. Seeing our kids off to college, Kelly losing her mom, my 50th birthday, I trust them with so much. So when it came to my finances, I trusted Kelly's referral to her Ameriprise advisor. Beth gives me the comprehensive advice that helps me feel confident my financial future is secure. With the right financial advisor, life can be brilliant. Ameriprise Financial.
My family, we're always on the move. Little brother is living it up.
What's up, sis?
See Mom made dinner?
I will see you there.
And my big brother, he's got his hands full. But when Mom says come home for dinner, what could possibly stand in our way? Nothing. When you're part of a family like this, you always show up. The Honda family of SUVs, awarded Best SUV Brand for 2019.
Miller Honda, south of Winchester, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. www.mymillerhonda.com.
The first half stats brought to you by Mike Folk for Governor, accountable, ethical, responsible. Learn more at folk4wv.com. All right, let's take a look at individual stats first. Before I send it over to Matt, he will give you some team stats from the first half. Starting with scoring for Spring Mills, Terrell Moses, just 2 points in the first half. Jordan Carroll had 4 in the second quarter alone, and 4 for the first half. Daniel Wingfield missed a pair of free throws that he could have got on the scoreboard with. 2 points for Malachi Baker, 2 points for Jacob Barrick, 5 points for Quincy Ray, a 3 in the first quarter and a 2-point basket in the second, and then 3 points for Kobe O'Neill, 2 for Dominic Buskey. For Freedom, 3 points for Jalen Harrison, make that 5 points for Jalen Harrison. He knocked down a 3 in the first quarter, then knocked down a pair of free throws in the second quarter. 5 points for Elijah Easter, but he could not hit a pair of free throws, so he keeps that at 5 points for the first half. 18 for Alex Bachman, 6 for Lance Johnson, 2 for Dominic Jones, and 7 for Nicholas Westfall. Now over to Matt for our team totals from the first half.
Well, let's start with Spring Mills knocking down just 1 3-pointer and going just 1 for 4 from the foul line. They committed 6 fouls, 13 turnovers while grabbing 13 rebounds. For Freedom, they knocked down 6 from beyond the arc, and they went 4 of 7 from the foul line, 57%, committing 4 fouls, just 5 turnovers while grabbing 12 rebounds.
Our first half stats brought to you by Mike Folk for Governor, accountable, ethical, responsible. Learn more at folk4wv.com. A 3-ball to start it in the second half, up and good for Malachi Baker.
That's a good way to get it started. Now you got to get a stop. Could have been a traveling violation there on Easter.
43-23. As we're about 30 seconds into the second half. Good ball movement down low. Again, could have been called for a walk down low, but Nicholas Westfall gets his first basket of the second half down low, finishing in some traffic near the basket.
A little high post, low post action. You go to Johnson, 6'6" at the foul line, and he draws the defense and dumps it down low to the 6'5" Westfall.
Floater in the lane. It is Buskey who gets his first points of the second half, and Coach Justin Powers doesn't like what he sees from his team defensively to start this second half, and he wants a timeout. It'll be a 30-second break, so we will keep it right here.
A chance to say thanks to our sponsors, Miller Honda of Winchester, the Mirius Group and Ameriprise Financial, Parsons Ford, Smallwood Small Insurance, Miller's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Berkeley County Health Department, Luttrell LC Real Estate Attorney, Mike Folk for Governor, W. Harley Miller Systems, Carpet World, Bechtel Jewelers as well, thanks to D&N Auto as our starting lineup sponsor, all of our sponsors for supporting our coverage of high school boys basketball, including all 4 games here at this weekend tournament.
I want to thank Chick-fil-A, too, for being the hospitality suite sponsor. Got some beverages right now. Hopefully can steal some food here at some point in between games.
You don't have to steal it. They gave it.
Freedom basketball again. A low post opportunity down low. Didn't want to take it down low. Did Westfall a 3 by Kemmerer. That one off the iron, no good, but an offensive rebound for Freedom.
Now that time they used a little inside-out action but couldn't get the 3.
3 in the left corner, no good for Harrison. Running after the loose ball, it's going to be a foul on Lance Johnson, Spring Mills basketball.
Yeah, Johnson is going to pick up his second personal as he was using the off arm to help shield away a Spring Mills player chasing down that rebound along the baseline.
It'll be Moses bringing it into the front court for Spring Mills. Looking for Ray, but quickly gobbled up. Now it is Quincy Ray who hits the deck. He's going to be called with a traveling violation to a slick spot of the floor. And another turnover for Spring Mills. It'll be Freedom basketball.
14 turnovers now for the Cardinals.
The inbound will come to Kemmerer, who now brings it across the timeline for the Eagles. Easter now with it. Quick ball moved down into the corner. It's Harrison. Harrison looking down low. Now another inside out and quick movement around the perimeter. Kemmerer driving in. Now will kick it across the lane before he comes back out. Sends it to the left wing. A 3-ball too strong for Easter, but an offensive rebound by Johnson. Kemmerer a floater just inside the foul line. He'll draw contact and go to the line for 2.
Foul's going to go on Malachi Baker. Baker picks up his first and the team's first. And there was Johnson again, his 6'6" frame from the high post, able to step into the lane and get that long rebound, working that pass then to Kemmerer, who draws the foul.
Misses that first free throw. A deep knee bend and connects on the second opportunity. 46-25, the lead back out to 21 for Freedom. Tight man-to-man defense. Moses working on Harrison. Now gives it up to Buskey, looking to drive right. Little hesitation move. Now it's Quincy Ray with it in the right corner, and he misses everything. And now Johnson taking it back the other way for Freedom.
Yep, shot it up a little too strong. Sometimes tough from that baseline when you don't have the backboard to help you judge.
Kemmerer, a little hesitation. He'll drive in, use the right hand on the left side of the basket. An acrobatic shot, but finishes. It did Robbie Kemmerer, and that's his first basket of the game. He's got 3 following the foul shot on the last trip up the floor.
How about the English on that one? Nice spin to get it to go off the glass and in.
And driving in was Dominic Buskey, but he's going to get called for the player control foul as Robbie Kemmerer took a little shot to the head, it looked like. Appears to be okay.
That'll be the second on Buskey. That goes down as a turnover as well, as it's an offensive foul that negates that possession. And for Spring Mills right now, it looks like a lot of kind of standing around, spreading the floor, letting someone with the ball drive to try to draw the defense.
Kemmerer a 3 from the left wing. That one rattles around, no good. Now back the other way is Buskey as he brings it across the midcourt stripe. Slowly working that offense. Now kicks it out to Baker. Now 3 from the left wing for Terrell Moses. That one rattles around, no good. Quickly back into the offensive and is Freedom. Easter, a little hesitation, looking for Harrison in the corner. I think Easter was expecting Harrison to go deeper in to that right corner. Goes out of bounds, another turnover for Freedom. And Spring Mills is going to take the 30-second timeout. Let's go ahead and take the 30-second break as well, with 4:36 remaining in the third quarter. It is Freedom 48, Spring Mills 25.
They're my closest friends. We've been through a lot together. Seeing our kids off to college, Kelly losing her mom, my 50th birthday, I trust them with so much. So when it came to my finances, I trusted Kelly's referral to her Ameriprise advisor. Beth gives me the comprehensive advice that helps me feel confident my financial future is secure. With the right financial advisor, life can be brilliant. Ameriprise Financial.
Read that?
Well, now that Matt Miller is trying to get some sponsorship dollars here, I thought you didn't like sweet tea.
I'm not a huge sweet tea fan, but there's sweet tea in the house. I'm drinking it.
You've never turned down a free beverage or meal? Out of the timeout, it's Buskey taking it across the timeline for Spring Mills. Hey, look at me. I'm not judging or anything. Don't worry. 48-25, 4:23 remaining in the third quarter. And a turnover. Carroll throws it away as Lance Johnson starts the offense back the other way. A opportunity right at the rim for Harrison, but couldn't connect on the shot. Getting the offensive rebound for the second time was Anish Kalian, and he will go to the line for two.
Yeah, good job following that play. Was right there when the ball came off the rim, and now Kalian at the line.
First foul shot up and good, and that is his first notch on the score sheet tonight.
And both of these teams have labored a little bit to score in the first half of our third quarter.
Colligan's second foul shot rattles home, and he's now got 2 points in the ball game. Wingfield working across the court. Now brings it into the front court for Spring Mills. He's got a lane. He's going to drive a floater off the back of the iron. No good. Fighting through contact with the speed he was coming in at. You're not going to get that call a lot of times.
I don't know. I thought there could have been a call on Johnson. He seemed to slide just a little bit.
An attempted up and under for Alex Bachman. Hit the bottom of the rim. And now back the other way is Spring Mills. Three ball from the right corner. That one rattles around, no good, coming off the arm of Jordan Carroll. Now it's Freedom basketball.
Wait a minute, did you say Bachman missed a shot?
He did, and missed it quite ugly, but see if he can get some redemption here. That one misses short on the three from the left corner. So he has missed his first couple of shots here in the second half. Maybe it's that into the floor, Matt.
Either that or just the halftime break cooled him down.
Wingfield driving to the left, picks up his dribble, a dangerous cross-court pass, but Ray with a little hesitation. Floater in the lane, skims the front of the rim, and gets back into play. A good save for Jordan Carroll. And running it down on the far side was Jacob Barrick. And we'll get a foul call that'll stay Spring Mills basketball.
That's on Jalen Harrison. They'll call him with a hold as I couldn't tell. I think it was Buskey who just checked out of the game, if my memory serves me correctly, who was trying to fight through to get to that loose basketball, and Harrison got called with the hold. Timeout for Harrison to lace up the shoe.
Ray will inbound from the baseline, gets it in to Wingfield. A little hesitation, he'll drive and try to work up and does draw contact. It's going to be Westfall picking up the foul, and Daniel Wingfield will go to the line for two.
First foul on Westfall, just the third team foul in this second half. A lot of times you're not seeing that call in this day and age of basketball when the player keeps the arms straight up, which is what Westfall tried to do there, not really reaching for the ball. Usually when you reach, that's when the foul gets called.
First foul shot for Wingfield up, and he connects.
And first point of the night after going 0 for 2 from the line in that first half.
Takes a couple of dribbles. Bends the knees. Second foul shot up, and that one short off the front of the iron. So now just 1 for 4 on the day from the charity stripe is Wingfield. Quick ball movement around the perimeter. Now Kemmerer will start the offense again. Bachman now with it in the left wing. Sends it down low. That ball poked away, and another turnover for Freedom. Back the other way comes Spring Mills. Carl with it, a floater in the lane. That one connects from the low block. Kind of a crossover and floater in the lane while airborne. Carroll, his first points of the second half. Some contact down low, and I believe they're going to get Quincy Ray on the foul. It was Westfield down low. Worked on a couple of Spring Mills defenders.
Yeah, Westfall Low had Barrick there on one side of him, Ray on the other side. And again, it's a case where Ray, reaching in there after that basketball, made some contact with the arm.
Inbound from the baseline. Down to the low block. Good double team poked away, and Ray had it momentarily, and he will get the ball back from Barrick, and now working quickly into the offensive end. Moses driving in, up and under, too strong off the backboard. Quickly back the other way is Bachman driving the lane, and that one poked away. So some sloppy basketball here with 2:13 remaining in the third quarter. Working back quickly the other way, drawing contact is Logan Clemens. First time we've called his name today, and he will go to the line for two quickly. Drew that contact and immediately sprinted to that foul line. He's ready to get some points on the board.
Yeah, that was one-on-one. I mean, literally, Logan Clemens wears number 1, and he took it right at Robbie Kemmerer, who wears number 1, and Kemmerer picks up his first foul. Ones are wild.
Clemens connects on foul shot number 1. His first points of the day.
Does he have one more?
He does. Gets a pair of them, so he's got 2 now on the game. That's got to stop at some point, so let me just stop it right there.
All right.
50-30 with 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Freedom basketball, 3-ball from the right wing. Got it. Jordan Wallen connects on the 3-ball from the right wing, his first basket of the game.
Their first 3 of this second half after hitting 7 in that first half.
Ray with a little hesitation. He's going to drive down the low block, nowhere to go with it, sends it back out to the top of the key, a straightaway 3. That one a short off the iron and saved momentarily, but good effort by Kemmerer. But they're going to say he was on the baseline trying to save that one. That 3 from the top of the key was put up by Cody Schrader. Again, the first time we've called his name in this game so far.
The 5'9" senior guard checking into the lineup. When you hear that senior, and we heard Coach Samples in the pregame show talking about the senior leadership he has gotten, understand a lot of these seniors didn't get a ton of playing time last year.
It's Clemens with it from straight away. He's driving in. Little body contact, but just runs right into the chest of Lance Johnson, loses the basketball, and back the other way come the Eagles.
Another turnover, 4 in this second half, 17 now in the ball game.
Johnson sends it into the corner, a little hesitation, a floater, too short off the iron was Dominic Jones. Now back the other way for Spring Mills, 1:05 remaining in the third quarter.
Yeah, good box out for Barrick, who was able to pull down that rebound, and Spring Mills is in the offensive end.
Moses driving lane, had it poked away, but Barrick able to corral it back in, steps on the baseline as he was making his move towards the basket on the low block. Another turnover for the Cardinals. It'll be an inbound coming for Freedom.
Yeah, felt that defender on his back, but he was up underneath of the basket, wanted to make a move to kind of get by that defender and step out to his left and get back to where he could make a shot, and well, as he spread those feet, one of the feet hit that baseline.
Quick movement around the perimeter. Now with it at the top of the key is Jordan Wallen. Gives it up to Jones. Now quick ball movement. It's going to be a 3 from the left corner. That one no good. Short again for Alex Bachman. So he has gone cold here in the second half, and working quickly with numbers back into the front court for Spring Mills. Another turnover back the other way for the Eagles with 23 seconds left in the third quarter.
Yeah, got it going just a little bit too quickly. A save on a ball that would have gone out on the end line and taken right back by Freedom.
Wallen gives it up to Jones. Tightly guarded with 8 seconds left in the third quarter. Wallen has it. Backs up a bit. 3 seconds left. 2 seconds left. He's got to get a shot up. He does. A 3. Gets the foul call with 0.2 seconds left. A little hesitation and coming in from behind trying to get the block. It's going to be on it's going to be on Logan Clemens picking up his first foul.
You want to contest that shot, I get it. Get a hand up in his face, make it tough, but you can't make contact in that situation when he's firing a desperation 3.
Wallen's first foul shot too strong off the back of the iron. You can't come in from the angle he was coming into that either. You're going to get that foul call. Basically, the shooter's going to get the benefit of the doubt more times than not in that situation. Jordan Wallen's second foul shot upcoming. And that one wraps around and does fall. Hit about every part of the rim you could
Well, he'll get one more, and even if he makes it, there's no chance to catch and shoot. Under .3 with .2 seconds left, it would have to be a tip, so Spring Mills would have to try to throw it all the way down to the rim, which is very tough to do in this jam.
Third foul shot up and good, so Wallen connects on 2 of 3, and we have finished the third quarter. So after 3 quarters of action here at the Martinsburg Fieldhouse, it is Freedom 55, Spring Mills 30, and we will have the fourth quarter of action when we come back after the 60-second timeout. This is West Virginia High School basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Hi, this is Eric from Hagerstown Ford. I keep telling you that Hagerstown Ford has completely changed the car buying experience forever. And with a return policy easier than Walmart, Hagerstown Ford has a goal to deliver 350 cars and trucks per month. And when I say deliver, I mean deliver to you, where you are, just like Amazon does. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. The only way Hagerstown Ford can accomplish this extremely aggressive goal is to make the car buying process fast and easy. We simply refuse to play the dumb back and forth games that most dealerships want to play. There's absolutely no reason for you to waste your precious time at a car dealership. I assure you, there is no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. that can beat our price. There's no dealership that will allow you to return your new car if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely has the best price, and we'll bring the car to you. And if you don't want it, return it, period. No questions asked. There's no reason to buy anywhere else. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience and get your new ride delivered to you.
Contact dealer for details.
After 3, Freedom leads Spring Mills 55-30. Fourth quarter now underway. Game 1 of a total of 4 that will take place tonight and tomorrow of the Skip Fowler Memorial Basketball Tournament. Second game of the doubleheader will be North Stafford taking on the Martinsburg Bulldogs. That one coming up after the conclusion of this one. Turnover on the first offensive possession for Freedom. That one going off the hands of Tyler Knapp, who comes into the game, the 6'5 senior.
Yeah, worked the ball around the perimeter very nicely and then had that lane to get it to Knapp along the baseline, but just didn't look it in through his hands and out of bounds. Hey, give Spring Mills some credit. Only outscored by 2 in that third quarter, 12-10, a much better third quarter.
Ray driving the baseline, has that shot blocked. A good drive on the baseline and just ran too far away from the basket. By the time he turned on the low block and spun, realized he was behind the basket and too far away for a quick floater.
Well, and Ray at 5'10", found out he was going up against the 6'6" Johnson.
3 ball from the right. A corner, that one too strong, but an offensive rebound down low by Baker. And we have a whistle, and I believe we're going to get a foul call, and it will be a foul on Jordan Carl. So Freedom basketball. That 3 ball for Spring Mills was put up by David Abery III, going back to that last possession. Now a 3 ball for Freedom, and that one too short off of the rim. Trying to save it was Ray, and ends up throwing it right back out of bounds. It'll stay Freedom basketball on the offensive end.
Yeah, Ray was grabbing that one near the baseline. His momentum must have had him leaning, his body weight going out of bounds. He just kind of quickly spun, tried to bounce it off of a Freedom player. No one was there, and it ended up going out on the sideline.
Easter with it, gives it a back up top to Wolin. Looking for room left, hesitates a bit, now gives it back to Easter on the left wing. Now passing back and forth. Good help defense and trap defense for Spring Mills. Showing a little pressure, and now Freedom just playing a little keep away.
Yeah, right now they're playing against that kind of matchup zone, and so they're going to force the Cardinals to come out and defend, try to get an easy bucket and or get some time off the clock.
Easter drove towards that foul line, hesitated and looked like he was beginning to bring it back out, draws contact. So it'll be Freedom basketball. Actually, it'll be a couple of foul shots now in the bonus with 17 fouls.
Yep.
So Easter will go to the line for a 1-and-1.
Easter 0 for 2 from the line. Those misses coming in that second quarter. He does have 5 points on the night.
Takes a couple of dribbles. And that first foul shot rattles around and does not fall. The rebound for Quincy Ray, moving quickly up the floor to Jordan Carl. passes. Couldn't bring it in.
Well, again, it's one of those passes you don't need in that situation. You're down 55-30. Look, you're not coming back and winning this game. You're working on things that are going to help you be better tomorrow. In that situation, you just need to work the ball down the floor, set up, and play good offense. You didn't need that tough, challenging pass.
Right now, good execution down low as Johnson finishes on the left side with the right hand. Good ball movement for Freedom. And Johnson gets his first points of this second half.
Yeah, again, they worked it a little high post, low post. Knapp, just about the foul line, was able to get it underneath for the buckets.
A 3-ball from Spring Mills for Spring Mills. It was Malachi Baker hitting the 30-footer.
Yeah, that was definitely Steph Curry range.
57-33, 5:40 remaining in the ball game. Freedom basketball. Bachman had it momentarily, now sends it down low, and contact with the body down low. It was a good spin move by Knapp, and he'll go to the line for a pair.
Yeah, that foul's going to be on Baker. It's his second, and that's a tough foul. Where Knapp was as he turned to make that move, he was actually up underneath of the backboard just a little bit, which made it a really tough angle. Kind of got bailed out by the foul.
Knapp's first foul shot is up and good.
Now 10 of 16 from the line in this one are the Freedom Eagles. On the other side for Spring Mills, just 4 of 8.
Knapp a couple of dribbles. Bends the knees. High arcing shot, and it rattles around and does not fall, but an offensive rebound by Lance Johnson, and the putback with the right hand up and good.
Of course, Johnson now in double figures with 10 points.
And with the first foul shot made by Knapp, that is now 10 players that have scored for Freedom. Going back the other way, that shot blocked on the drive for Baker. Freedom quickly back into the offensive end the other way. Easter with it in the left corner. Looking down low, he's got Johnson, who kicks it back outside. A good drive for Wallen, who kicks it out into the right wing. 3-ball up and good for Dominic Jones.
All right, that is a 3. Remember, Jones had that long shot in the first half that we thought initially was a 3. They marked it as a 2. This time he gets the long-distance shot.
A Carroll floater in the lane off the glass, and he connects. Good hesitation move and a floater on that low block.
Yeah, nice drive down that right baseline and getting that ball up just before the defender got there.
Johnson kicks it into that left corner, and another 3 back-to-back possessions. Dominic Jones has hit a 3, and now from either side of the floor. Timeout taken by Luke Samples as the 3-ball's now hitting again after Freedom went a little cold in that third quarter from beyond the arc. The fourth quarter, they're hitting very similar to the way they did in the first half. Timeout on the floor. Let's go ahead and take a 30-second timeout as well, and we'll be back. With 4:37 remaining in the fourth quarter, it is Freedom 66, Spring Mills 35.
My family, we're always on the move. Little brother is living it up.
What's up, sis?
See Mom made dinner?
I will see you there.
And my big brother, he's got his hands full. But when Mom says come home for dinner, what could possibly stand in our way? Nothing. When you're part of a family like this, you always show up. The Honda family of SUVs, awarded Best SUV Brand for 2019.
Miller Honda, south of Winchester, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. www.mymillerhonda.com.
Out of the timeout. Or should I say, getting close to coming out of the timeout. A full timeout taken by Luke Samples. I believe he only has 1 left. Or was that it?
That was
okay.
Yeah,
so I was off.
Timeouts.
I was off 1. So yeah. Okay, he's done. No more timeouts. But at this point of the game, can't imagine why you're going to stop the clock from running in a 66-35 ball game. And I'm with you on what you said a few minutes back, where you want to work on offense. You want to work on being crisp and not throwing up prayers, not trying to do too much, because there is no shot you can make that can make up a 66-35 deficit at the moment. Ray driving in on the right side of the low block, puts up an acrobatic floater, draws a little bit of contact, no whistle blown. Now another 3-ball. Is it 3 in a row for Jones? It is. Dominic Jones hits another one from the left corner. He has got 3 consecutive threes, 9 points on 3 straight possessions for Freedom.
And now 11 threes made by Freedom tonight.
Floater too strong off the glass, offensive rebound, put back up, and that one too short by Barrick. And we're going to get contact down low. Looks like that one's going to go on Tyler Knapp. and Barrick's going to go to the line for a couple.
Now they actually put it on Jordan Wolin. That initial shot came from Buskey. As it spun around and came out, Barrick grabbed that rebound, and as you were talking, just trying to muscle his way up.
Inbound from the baseline and a turnover on the inbounds. It was a tough pass for Ray to make. And back the other way comes Freedom. I'm sure they're going to be looking for Jones, see if he can hit 4 in a row. He's going to try from the right wing. That shot up and good. Dominic Jones, 4 straight threes for the Eagles. He has got 12 consecutive points and have all been wide open shots. Good strong move down the left low block. That shot up and good for Jacob Barrett, his first 2 points of this second half. And somebody's got to put a body on Dominic Jones. Now doing that is Dominic Buskey. Now playing very tight on Jones. Looking for a high ball screen. He's got it straight away. See what he can do here. Driving to the left side. Good pass down low. Finishing with the right hand on the low block was Tyler Knapp. Great dish by Dominic Jones.
Yeah, good floor awareness, seeing that lane and getting that pass through.
Floater in the lane for Carroll. That one too short off the iron. Now back the other way for Freedom. Is Jones going to try another one? He is from the left wing. That one too strong off the rim, but an offensive rebound. And Jones has the ball again straight away, and he'll bring it back and slow it down.
Not going to take that one.
That was a little bit of a heat check, I think. He had hit 4 in a row, wanted to see if he could make 5.
74 points, now the highest point output this season for Freedom. Their prior high was 67.
Jones a underhand scoop shot as he was going sporadically down that right side of the lane, goes out of bounds. Turnover for Freedom, and it's Spring Mills basketball with 2:30 remaining in the ball game. 74-37. Freedom with the lead.
Yeah, Freedom going to climb a game above 500. They'll be 5-4 with the victory. Spring Mills, a modest 2-game winning streak snapped as they'll fall to 3-2. Looking forward to a matchup with North Stafford tomorrow. Freedom will get the Martinsburg Bulldogs tomorrow. Martinsburg and North Stafford coming up after this one.
Into the front court is Terrell Moses. Gives it off to Jacob Gill Wilson, the freshman. Now it's Carroll with a short jump shot from about 13 feet. He connects on that one.
He's up to 10 points now, having made a pair of shots in this fourth quarter.
And now a cross-court pass goes out of bounds on a turnover for Freedom. It'll be Spring Mills basketball.
Yeah, Desmond Harris was looking into the left corner for a teammate and just threw it right past him.
Moses driving the left side, draws contact, puts up the shot, misses it off the side of the iron, but Terrell Moses will go to the line for a pair. Moses just 2 points in the game so far. And they're going to say that foul's on the floor.
Yeah, I thought our official hollered floor as he was making the initial call. So it was a bump before the shot attempt.
Brings up an inbound from the baseline. Sean Hoos going to inbound the basketball. Does get it in just before that 5-second clock would have buzzed, and we'll get a travel in the lane. It was a jump stop for Jacob Barrick, but after that initial stop, took one more step.
I think it was a double jump stop. It was a bunny hop, if you will, at the end of that led to the travel.
Under 2 minutes to play, 1:50 and counting on the fourth quarter clock. 74-39, the Freedom lead. Harris drives on the left side. A good move, rattles around the rim and does not fall. Now back the other way for Spring Mills, and it's Hoos into the front court.
Nathaniel Schneider with a good box out to get that rebound.
And Carroll with it on that low block. Good hesitation, turnaround, jump shot, and he connects. That one, very little arc to it, more of a laser shot, but gets it to fall.
He's got 6 in the quarter after having 6 in the first 3 quarters. A 12-point effort tonight.
3 ball for Jones in the left corner. That one misses short. Offensive rebound attempt. A down low for Jacob, or make that number 24. That is a Preetham Madish. Goes out of bounds. Spring Mills basketball. 109, 108, 107 on a running fourth quarter clock into the front court for Spring Mills. Now it's Gil Wilson with it. Sends it over in the corner to Carl. Now Ray driving in from the foul line has that shot blocked. But but able to run it down is Jordan Carroll. Give down low to Gil Wilson. He will bring it back out. Now Quincy Ray with it. Again, Gil Wilson back and forth. A long 2 for Quincy Ray off the front of the iron. And that'll go out of bounds. Last touching Dominic Jones. It'll stay Spring Mills basketball with 40.2 remaining in the ball game.
Yeah, that long rebound, Karam's out, and Dominic Jones stuck a hand out there but couldn't get it. Right off the fingertips and out of bounds.
Inbound from that far the sideline. Good dish. A down low, driving on that low block, putting up a tough shot was number 23, Nathaniel Schneider. Gets his own rebound, loses the basketball. It'll be Freedom Eagle basketball. The foul call about as far away from the basket as you can get. 9 team fouls. It'll go back the other way, and a couple of foul shots upcoming.
Yeah, Jones eventually just wrestling that ball away from Snyder after the missed shot. And then Snyder commits that personal foul, and that sends Dominic Jones to the line. This one well in hand. It's a matter of cosmetics. What will that final score be?
That foul shot on the 1-and-1. Too strong off the back of the iron. Getting the rebound was Quincy Ray, and he gets fouled. That foul going to go on number 44, Blake Peterson. First time we've called Peterson's name. Sure, it's not the way he would like to have his name called for the first time today, but now with 17 fouls for Freedom, it'll be Quincy Ray going to the foul line. A 1-and-1 opportunity upcoming.
Apparently the foul line is too close for Dominic Jones after all those threes that he hit.
Yep.
And it was off the back
I was going to
iron.
say, where did he miss it? He missed it strong.
Yeah.
First foul shot for Ray, up and good.
He's up to 6 points, his first foul shot of the night and his first points of the second half.
A quick and kind of line drive delivery on that foul shot. That one too strong off the back of the iron. 25 seconds left in the ball game, and I'm sure for Freedom they could get it across the timeline and hold it, see if they decide to take one more shot here in the ball game. Again, a lot of the kids on the bench now in the game, see if they can get in the scoring category. A turnover, good poke away for Gil Wilson. Moving up into the front court, Ray now with it. Hesitation, goes up with the right hand off the glass. It's good. 2 seconds left, 1 second left, and there is your final buzzer. In the first game of the Skip Fowler Memorial Basketball Tournament, it is Spring Mills falling to Freedom 74-44. Let's go ahead and take a 2-minute break, then we will come back and have a very abbreviated post-game show before taking a small 3 to 4 minute break and setting up for the Martinsburg North Stafford game. Again, your final in game number 1, it was Freedom 74, Spring Mills 44. Back in 2 minutes.
Shop Miller's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram today and find over 150 new and used vehicles to choose from. From gas savers to SUVs to four-wheel drive trucks, all of the new and most of the pre-owned vehicles come standard with a lifetime powertrain warranty. Now you can drive away with peace of mind knowing your vehicles are covered for life. And the best part about it, there are no service requirements with Miller's, and it's all included to you at no extra cost. That's right, no extra charge, and you're not required to service with us. Just follow the manufacturer's recommendations, and you're covered for life. With great quality vehicles and a great price, you can't miss with Miller's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Our courteous, experienced, and professional staff is waiting to assist you with finding the perfect vehicle that fits all of your needs. Unbeatable deals and excellent financing is right down the road. Stop in today. Miller's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Route 9 and Kelly Island Road, just east of Martinsburg, or online at MillerChryslerJeep.com. Miller's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
My family, we're always on the move. Little brother is living it up.
What's up, sis?
See Mom made dinner?
I will see you there.
And my big brother, he's got his hands full. But when Mom says come home for dinner, what could possibly stand in our way? Nothing. When you're part of a family like this, you always show up. The Honda family of SUVs, awarded Best SUV Brand for 2019.
Miller Honda, south of Winchester, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. www.mymillerhonda.com.
Hello, I'm Michael Falk, a lifelong resident of West Virginia, husband and father. I worked my way through school and life with honesty, hard work, and determination. These principles have served me well in athletics, education, farming, and aviation, and have carried me through years of fighting for a more accountable government at the local and state level. These same core principles will allow me to serve you well in Charleston. I believe true leadership is sticking your neck out for right, even when it goes against the establishment. You can help me put principle over politics and beat the odds one more time.
Welcome back into the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. The post-game show service the Mirius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors Phil McCoy and John Everson. Call Ameriprise Financial Services at 304-263-4343 or stop by their office at 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Well, it was all freedom in game number 1 of the doubleheader of the Skip Fowler Memorial Basketball Tournament. 74-44 was their final over the Spring Mills Cardinals. And Matt, really from the get-go, it was all freedom.
Yeah, I mean, Freedom got the lead to 7-2 early on in quarter number 1. At that point, Spring Mills head coach Luke Samples burns the first of his 5 timeouts. He used all 5 in this ball game. A 7-0 run for Freedom pushed it out to a 10-2 lead. A 3-point play for Spring Mills cut it to 10-5, and you wondered, okay, how's it going to go from here? Well, it just continued to go south as it turned out to be a 19-3 run for Freedom. Pushed that lead out to 22-5 in that first quarter. They led 22-10 after 1, and then in that second period outscored Spring Mills 21-10 to have a 23-point halftime lead. It was 43-20. In quarter number 3, Spring Mills really held their own. They were only outscored 12-10, but at that point that put the deficit to 25 points, down 55-30. And then in the fourth quarter, Freedom outscores Spring Mills 19-14 to go on for the 30-point victory, 74-44.
Real quick, let's take a look at some individual numbers before taking a look at team numbers to wrap up the post-game show, starting with Spring Mills. 2 points for Logan Clemens, both coming from the foul line. It was 2 points for Terrell Moses, that coming in the first half. 12 points for Jordan Carroll. 1 point for Daniel Wingfield. He went 1 for 4 from the charity stripe. 8 points for Malachi Baker. 4 points for Jacob Barrick. 8 points for Quincy Ray. 3 points for Jacoby O'Neal and 4 points for Dominic Busky. Going over to Freedom, who advances to 5-4 with the victory. Robbie Kemmerer had 3 points in the win. 5 points for Jordan Wolin. 5 points as well for Jalen Harrison. Another 5-point performance is coming from Elijah Easter. 10 points for Lance Johnson, the 6'6 senior. 4 points in the second half, 6 in that first half. 14 for Dominic Jones, 12 coming on 4 consecutive threes that he made in that fourth quarter. 2 points for Anish Kalyan, who hit 2 from the charity stripe, and 2 points for in the second half for Nicholas Westfall. He finished with 9 total. Real quick, Matt, some team numbers.
Let's see, for Spring Mills, I had them being out-rebounded by 1. Freedom with 30 rebounds, Spring Mills 29. The Cardinals struggled with turnovers, a little better in the second half, but still 22 on the game to just 12 turnovers for Freedom. From the foul line, 5 of 10, 50% for the Cardinals. 10 of 18, 56% for the Freedom Eagles. And the Eagles knocked down 12 three-pointers to just 3 from beyond the arc for Spring Mills. A huge difference in this ball game.
All right, that is going to wrap up our coverage of Spring Mills today. Again, we will have their matchup against North Stafford, who you will see here in just a moment against Martinsburg. That'll be our 6 o'clock game tomorrow. We're going to take a 4-minute break as we set up for our Martinsburg coverage with 15 minutes left in the warm-up session, and we will be back with our normal pregame show. We'll hear from Coach Dave Rogers and get you ready for the tip, coming just about 10 minutes past the scheduled tip time. Ronnie, one more time, the final and the first game of the doubleheader of day 1 of the Skip Fowler Memorial Basketball Tournament. It was Freedom getting the win over Spring Mills 74-44. Spring Mills drops to 3-2. Freedom now 5-4 winners of 3 of their last 4. Again, just a 4-minute timeout back at the station, and we are back for the pregame show for Martinsburg, taking on North Stafford. Back in just a few minutes.
It's one of the toughest times you'll ever face. When someone close to you passes away, it's a swirl of papers to sign and arrangements to be made, all while you're dealing with grief. At Brown Funeral Home, we encourage you to pre-plan. Pre-planning not only makes things easier for you, it protects you from rising costs. At Brown Funeral Home, our families are precious to us, and so are yours. Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown, Ranson.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
The level of care that I got at WVU Medicine was top-notch.
If you're not progressing in healthcare, you're falling behind.
Is really an integration, looking at a clinical care network, looking at the good people who can help push the envelope and raise the bar for delivering quality healthcare product.
To have my life back is absolutely a blessing. I am beyond thankful for WVU Medicine. I absolutely 100% have my life back.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
My name is Monica. I'm an elementary school teacher.
My name is Mitch. I'm a graphic design specialist.
We have 4 children. Currently we have life and auto insurance with Erie. Our agent is helping us to move our homeowners insurance to Erie as well.
They've always been a good company and good customer service. If anything ever happens to me, my family will be protected.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
The following sports broadcast is a special presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. It's time for the excitement of West Virginia high school basketball, featuring the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Today's high school basketball broadcast is being brought to you by
Miller Honda of Winchester, the Marius Group at Ameriprise Financial, Parsons Ford, Smallwood Small Insurance, Miller's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, the Berkeley County Health Department, Luttrell LC Real Estate Attorney, Mike Folk for Governor, W. Harley Miller Systems, Carpet World, Bechtel Jewelers, Hagerstown Ford, the Brown Funeral Homes, WVU Medicine, and Panhandle Dumpsters.
And now, let's go courtside and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team with today's pregame show.
We are ready for game 2 of this 2-day, 4-team, 4-game Skip Fowler Memorial Tournament. The Martinsburg Bulldogs as the host get ready to take on the North Stafford Wolverines. That is after Freedom defeated Spring Mills by a final of 74-44. Along with Matt Crawford, I'm Matt Miller. John Alderton running our TV10 camera. And back at the studio, our engineer and producer is Eric Sterick. Well, Martinsburg will head into this matchup 2 wins and 1 loss on the season. Their lone loss came in the opener, 64-63 on the road at Stafford, Virginia. This is not the same team. This is North Stafford coming to town. They are 1-1, have only had a chance to play 2 games. They scored a victory their first time out against Stafford, 63-49, but the last time out suffered a loss at Patriots, 62-57. Last time on the floor for North Stafford, all the way back on December 14th. For Martinsburg, after their season opening loss, back-to-back victories, knocking off Osborne at a showcase at Handley, 69-46, and against Brook Point right here at home. That was the 21st of December. Martinsburg with their most impressive win, 70-37.
Yeah, it was a dominant performance from start to finish, and I think you saw a team start to really come together. I think at the beginning of the season, you have young guys that are still trying to figure out their role. It's going to take a few games, and I think last time out it really was the first time we had seen this team gel. But with that being said, getting word earlier today that they're going to be without a big piece down low and going to be without Trey Sager for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, more on that coming up as we hear from head coach Dave Rogers. But this is a Martinsburg team that you might say slightly undermanned already, with a couple of the guys coming back from football deciding ultimately that they weren't going to play basketball. Martinsburg head coach Dave Rogers and his staff saying, okay, it's next man up. And so far, you've got to be impressed by what some of these younger players have done.
Yeah, and I think you look at the competition they've played so far, and it's been good for this type of team to play the opponents they have early in the season. I think when you get into the heart of EPAC play, I think even a game you look at tomorrow against Freedom with the defending runner-up in 5A in Virginia, and the height that they have down low and the athleticism we saw and the ability to knock down shots from beyond the arc. I think this game is going to be a good test just to, again, get a team that's from Virginia. It's not one of your local teams that you know what you're going to get year in and year out, and seeing how this Martinsburg team can adjust to it. But I think not only today but tomorrow is going to be a good test as to what this team can do this year.
This is the pregame show being brought to you by W. Harley Miller Systems, providing custom integration services from home and office automation to home theater, networking, audio, video distribution, and more. Phone them at 304-350-1931 or visit WHMsystems.com. We'll take a 60-second break. On the other side, we'll hear from Martinsburg head coach Dave Rogers. It's West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR TV 10.
Carpet World is more than just carpet. Carpet World specializes in a complete selection of hardwood floors by respected names like Armstrong, Bruce, Shaw, and Mohawk, and tile by Dowell Tile, American Oleum, and Mannington for all rooms in your home. And Carpet World can update your bathroom shower with very attractive ceramic tile walls and floor. Financing with up to 12 months deferred interest is available, along with experienced quality installation at Carpet World, 2330 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. CarpetWorldofMartinsburg.com.
Prepare for what's next, or to plan ahead. We're here. Brown Funeral Home, a legacy of service since 1880.
Back again here at the Martinsburg Fieldhouse, where the Bulldogs get ready to take on the North Stafford Wolverines out of Stafford, Virginia. About a 2-hour drive south, down near Fredericksburg. Martinsburg at 2-1. North Stafford at 1-1. Well, before going on the air, we got a chance to talk with Martinsburg head coach Dave Rogers and ask him just how anxious he is to see his team back on the floor after about a week off.
Well, anytime you can play, it's fun, and it's a big challenge for us in this tournament. And so I'm anxious to see how we come out. We know we got another man down. We don't have Trey Sager for the next 4 to 6 weeks. It was a bad sprain. So you know what? Next man up.
When you talk about that sprain, did that occur in a game or in practice?
Practice.
I hate it when that happens. But as you said, next man up. How pleased are you with how guys have stepped in and filled their roles this year?
Well, they really have. I think Tourn's really playing extremely well, and Tourn has really stepped in. And, you know, we know Garrett's going to get better and has better. Teddy's a gamer. Teddy likes to play. So now we got to find another starter in there, and we've got to. It's really going to be by committee. It won't be any one person. It'll be 3 or 4 guys rotating in there, and you may see a little more zone tonight than you've seen out of us in the past.
I don't see that a whole lot at all, but at the same time, when you talk about maybe having to go to that zone a little, how can you still be aggressive in that?
Well, we've talked about that, and a lot of times our when kids say zone, they think you stand back like an airplane and turn instead of being aggressive, and you have to be aggressive. You got to get your hands in the passing lanes. You have to take away the dribble drive. You're playing man principles in your area, but with helping behind you.
Talk to us about North Stafford. That's the team you get tonight.
Very good. Nice young gentleman, 6'4" guard, going to Indiana on a football ride, and they're very athletic, very quick. very well coached. Steve Hibbert coached at Huntington from West Virginia, so hands full tonight.
Coach, good luck. Thanks.
Thank you, pal.
Well, there you hear from Martinsburg head coach Dave Rogers some of his thoughts heading into this matchup tonight as the Martinsburg Bulldogs get ready to take on the North Stafford Wolverines. And you hear the length of the absence of Trey Sager. Could be 4 to 6 weeks. That is certainly some tough news for the Bulldogs. All right, let's get in another break, a 60-second timeout. When we come back, we'll check in with Matt Crawford on our keys to the game as we wrap up our W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. This is West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNRN TV 10.
The level of care that I got at WVU Medicine was top-notch.
If you're not progressing in healthcare, you're falling behind.
It's really an integration, looking at a clinical care network, looking at the good people who can help push the envelope and raise the bar for delivering a quality healthcare product.
To have my life back is absolutely a blessing. I am beyond thankful for WVU Medicine. I absolutely 100% have my life back.
Who should you call when it comes to your real estate legal needs?
This is Chris Luttrell, local real estate attorney with offices in Martinsburg and Charlestown. Let's be direct. Buying or selling your home is a matter not to be taken lightly. At my firm, Luttrell LC, we possess the experience and knowledge to represent you and ensure your most important investment is protected. Give us a call at 304-267-3050, 304-267-3050, because at Luttrell LC, your home is our business.
It is time for us to take a look at our keys to the game as we get ready for tonight's matchup. Martinsburg hosting North Stafford. Keys to the game brought to you by Chris Luttrell at Luttrell LC. For all of your real estate legal needs, call Luttrell LC at 304-267-3050 and let Chris hand you the keys to your new home. Matt, where do you want to start, North Stafford or Martinsburg?
Let's start with Martinsburg because I had theirs in my head already. You looked at the last game they played, and it was good defense. They played that trap that helped, that strong help defense, but it allowed a lot of open threes. And I think if Brook Point takes advantage of those threes, that's a completely different ball game. I think Martinsburg still wins, but it's a much closer ball game than that final score was. So,
70-37 that final.
And I know that that's the defense Martinsburg is going to play. You're not going to get away from that, but I think they have to do a better job of, while they're committing to helping and committing to that trap defense in the half court, you still have to be able to get back out on the perimeter a lot quicker than they were last week. And again, it's a young team. That's going to come with time and experience. But I think you give this North Stafford team that many open threes like you gave Brook Point, and you could be in trouble early.
All right, how about for the Wolverines? Keys for them, obviously knocking down that outside shot.
Yeah, knocking down the outside shot is going to be big, taking advantage of what Martinsburg is going to give you. Again, with that trap defense they play, you're going to get opportunities to hit ball fakes from the outside. If you're not taking those threes, driving the lane, use that size advantage again. You don't have a Trey Sager down low on defense. While he didn't necessarily have the big size that's going to stand out on paper, he was a presence down low. So I think the key for North Stafford is to take what Martinsburg is going to give you and utilize the size and power you're going to have down low.
There you go. Keys to the game brought to you by Chris Luttrell at Luttrell LC. For all your real estate legal needs, phone 304-267-3050. Time now for a look at our starting lineups. They're brought to you by D&N Auto Specialist. If your vehicle is not starting properly, start at D&N Auto to get it fixed right the first time. Family owned and operated since 1974. Phone 304-267-4078. Now the starting lineups coming first for North Stafford. It will be Javon Swinton, a 6'2 senior, starting at guard. There will be a 5'10 senior starting at guard, Ben Kennedy. Also starting at forward is Nashawn Lefteridge. He goes 6'3". He is a senior. Next up, wearing number 3, Caleb Vasquez. Vasquez, a 5'9 junior. And last but not least, wearing the number 15, Elisha Brown, and Brown is a 5'10 senior guard. Steve Hibbert in his 4th year leading the Wolverines, a record of 50-24, assisted by Tom Brennan, Darren Robinson, Nate Brown, and Josh Grain. Now for the Martinsburg Bulldogs, led by head coach Dave Rogers in his 41st season. All-time record of 767 wins, 221 losses. He is assisted by Bruce Fowler, Richard Moore, Chris Berg, and Daryl Smith. Dorn Smith, a 6'3 junior, starts at forward, with Tourn Villa, a 6'3 senior, also starting at forward. Garrett Stobbs is a 6'1 junior. He's at guard. Teddy Marshall is a 6'2 senior. He is at guard. And also at guard will be 6'1 junior Jarvis Thurston. So there is your starting lineups, brought to you by D&N Auto Specialist. A 2-minute timeout, then we're back with the opening tip. After this, it's West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
The level of care that I got at WVU Medicine was top-notch.
If you're not progressing in healthcare, you're falling behind.
Is really an integration, looking at a clinical care network, looking at the good people who can help push the envelope and raise the bar for delivering quality healthcare product.
To have my life back is absolutely a blessing. I am beyond thankful for WVU Medicine. I absolutely 100% have my life back.
Who should you call when it comes to your real estate legal needs?
This is Chris Luttrell, local real estate attorney with offices in Martinsburg and Charlestown. Let's be direct. Buying or selling your home is a matter not to be taken lightly. At my firm, Luttrell LC, we possess the experience and knowledge to represent you and ensure your most important investment is protected. Give us a call at 304-267-3050, 304-267-3050, because at Luttrell LC, your home is our business.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
They're my closest friends. We've been through a lot together. Seeing our kids off to college, Kelly losing her mom, my 50th birthday, I trust them with so much. So when it came to my finances, I trusted Kelly's referral to her Ameriprise advisor. Beth gives me the comprehensive advice that helps me feel confident my financial future is secure. With the right financial advisor, life can be brilliant. Ameriprise Financial.
Room with people that create jerseys and talk with them about what is really important, and that is seeing who has the basketball. Well, Dorn Smith controls that opening tip, and Martinsburg quickly in the offensive end, shooting in the basket to our left. Jarvis Thurston left baseline, 3-pointer off the rim, no good. Rebound going to North Stafford, and they'll work into the offensive end. Up the near side on the dribble, Elisha Brown gets to the foul line, floats it up off the front of the rim, it drops through. Elisha Brown, 5'10 senior guard, has the game's first 2.
Yeah, that was really easy, driving into the lane, little hesitation, then the floater in the lane. Defense from Martinsburg's got to pick up on that. If that's going to be there all day, then North Stafford's going to have a lot of easy baskets.
Low post left side, Tourn Villa works into the lane to his right, was forced back to his left as he put up the shot, and Vasquez grabs that rebound, that shot off the mark. Martinsburg 0 for 2 on the offensive end. Kennedy along the low post left side in a double team, fought through it, got a pass off. Swinton with it, right side 3 up and good. Swinton knocks it down, an early 5-0 lead for North Stafford. 2 open looks they've knocked down. Martinsburg 2 pretty good looks, but haven't gotten their shots to fall. Teddy Marshall along the right baseline, giving to Villa beyond the arc on that right side around the screen set by Dorn Smith. Villa drives, had the shot partially deflected, and again coming out of there with it. North Stafford racing length of the floor. The pass goes from Swinton to Kennedy. Kennedy driving in on the right angle, fouled. He'll get a couple of free throws.
And right now, North Stafford looks a lot more fluid than Martinsburg does early in the ball game, working with numbers very well, even when there's been saw the loose ball earlier with a 3 knockdown by Swinton. So everybody's where they needed to be. The ball movement was very crisp as that first foul shot too strong with the back of the iron. But right now, North Stafford just seems to be more fluid than the Dogs.
That foul was on Garrett Stobbs. He will pick up the game's first personal. Kennedy at the line with the second free throw, gets it to go, so he's 1 of 2, and it's a 6-0 lead for North Stafford. Racing out quickly. Let's see if Martinsburg can get a good look. Teddy Marshall on this wing left side, tightly guarded, sends a pass middle of the floor, and it's an easy steal. And going for the one-hand slam dunk is Ben Kennedy. Martinsburg with a slow start, down 8-0, and we'll have a whistle after the slam dunk was made. We have a technical foul. It will go on number 1, Javon Swinton. So that will go as a personal against Swinton also. And now Coach Steve Hibbert asked for an explanation.
Had to be some sort of jawing going back and forth. I was looking at the play by the basket, so not sure what happened behind the play. And John Alderton, cameraman, said he was looking back at that end of the floor, and yeah, some chirping going on.
So Telrin Villa to the line, a 54% foul shooter, rattles home that first technical free throw. So Martinsburg dents the scoreboard for the first time. This foul shot off the mark, no good, and that's right where Telrin Villa's been, a 50% foul shooter. Martinsburg as a team's only 40%. They're 14 of 35 this season from the foul line. 8-1, the early Wolverine lead. Dribbling into the front court after taking that inbounds, Teddy Marshall. Guarded tightly there by a number 33, and I don't have a 33 on my roster. Tourn Smith with it, right baseline, spinning, loses the ball, grabbed by Jarvis Thurston, takes it to the rim, he'll get fouled, and free throws are coming. Good job, Jarvis Thurston, able to pick up that loose ball.
Yeah, but now comes the fun part. Martinsburg trying to capitalize on free throws. They have not shot well from the foul line this year, so not always a guarantee at the line.
Well, not a guarantee. Jarvis Thurston 0 for 1 from the line this season, make it 0 for 2, first one off the mark. Foul was on our number 33. Thurston does make the second, 8-2. Martinsburg trails by 6. 33 could be Hezekiah Brown, who's listed on our roster as number 30. North Stafford basketball. They'll swing it along this right side to Elisha Brown, and his shot is up and good. Is it a 2 or a 3? It looks like they're going to mark it as a long 2.
Yeah, that right foot was on the line, Matt.
So make it a 10-2 lead for North Stafford. 5:42 and counting in our opening quarter.
If Brown goes straight up with that, it's a 3. He was moving as he was shooting a little bit to the right, and that right foot hit that line, making it a 2, not a 3.
Jarvis Thurston off the dribble just inside the foul line, shoots it up from 15 feet, wouldn't go. Rebound Brown as he was on the outlet. It was taken back by Thurston. He'll feed to Garrett Stobbs for 2.
Good job by Thurston just slowing down that play. Martinsburg had numbers for a moment, then it became a 2-on-2, but a good job by Thurston just slowing it down and finishing for Garrett Stobbs with pressure coming.
Teddy Marshall getting his hand on a pass along that far side. It goes out of bounds, and the official says give it to Martinsburg. I don't know how that's possible. All of the Bulldogs were staying in the defensive end. North Stafford was thinking they were going to inbound, but the outside official says no, that's a turnover. I'm not sure whose fingers it touched last, but from our vantage point, certainly looked like Teddy Marshall. Marshall now in the offensive end, pulls up right wing for a 3. It's off the mark, no good. Rebound, North Stafford. The outlet stolen by Garrett Stobbs, who draws the foul.
Good job by Stobbs. He realized he didn't have the height advantage and didn't want to go straight up, because with the way the defender was playing on it, probably would have been a block or at least a tough shot and would have drawn the foul. So used the body, went up and under, drawing contact. That's a heads-up play for Garrett Stobbs. I've been impressed with the youngster this year.
Sean Asbury, 5'11" junior guard who had checked into the lineup, picks up that personal, his first, team foul number 3, and Stobbs misses the free throw. That's his first foul shot of the season. Oh boy, the Bulldogs 2 for 5 from the line in the early going.
And that is as far from a charity stripe right now for Martinsburg as you could possibly be.
Well, the Dogs at 50% as each of 3 players has now made 1 of 2. Stobbs gets his second, and it's a 10-5 Wolverine lead. North Stafford basketball. Brown out top, goes high post to Swinton, passes off on that left wing to the shooter. Couldn't tell you who it was looking at these jersey numbers. Back the other way, Jarvis Thurston. His shot didn't go, but Tourn Villa was able to tip it up and in. It was our 33 Brown that missed it on the other end.
And that's a great job by Villa. He was the one that got the rebound initially on the defensive end and working quickly back into the offensive zone to get that follow-up. Great effort by Tourn Villa.
Dorn Smith may have gotten a fingertip on a three from the left corner from Asbury. It was no good. The rebound to North Stafford, but the Bulldogs get a steal down the floor. Thurston gives in the right corner to Teddy Marshall. His three is off the mark, and as Hezekiah Brown pulls in the rebound, we got a foul on the Bulldogs.
Both teams working very well in the offensive zone right now. Quick, up-tempo game so far with both offenses. The whole game has this tempo to it. It's going to be a fun one to watch.
10-7, Martinsburg within 3, but the foul on Jarvis Thurston will give the possession to North Stafford. Half of quarter number 1, almost in the books. Swinton on that far side, sends near side to Elisha Brown. Good look down low, finds the open man, and that shot put up and in by Aiden Pittman, a 6'4 junior.
And Pittman gave a little hesitation, a little pump fake down low. Not sure what that was for. He didn't have anybody within 4 feet of him.
Teddy Marshall from the foul line has his shot blocked. Nice job defensively by Asbury to go up and block that one, and now in the lane, shot attempt for Hezekiah Brown, put right back in his face, but he kicks it out to Elisha Brown, and from the right side, the three's up and good.
Yeah, and that one a three. The last time he took one from that almost exact spot on the floor, had that foot on the line, but that one clearly a three behind the line.
Tourn Villa from straight away has his three go off the back of the rim, straight up into the air, and it hits the basket support. That's out of bounds, automatically going to North Stafford. Martinsburg put together a little run, got back to within 3. Just like that, the Wolverines have answered, pushing that lead back out to 8.
And we always talk about how Martinsburg is going to be one of those teams that likes to get up and down the floor. I think they've found a mirror image in this North Stafford team.
Swinton on that far side, sends a pass near side, touch pass to Elisha Brown. Hezekiah Brown to Elisha Brown, and from the right wing, another three up and good.
10 points now, 10 of the 18 for Elijah Brown.
18-7. The lead now out to 11. Teddy Marshall, hesitation, drives into the lane, bounces a pass intended for Dorn Smith, knocked away. Marshall got it back in a double team in the lane. A whistle and a foul. Should be on Elisha Brown.
Not sure Teddy Marshall ever really had possession of that ball. Was bobbling it back and forth between his hands. Finally trying to push it outside and drawing contact.
Checking into the Bulldog lineup, Jess Sutherland. He'll spell Jarvis Thurston. Stobbs triggering the inbound. Lobs it out on that far wing to Villa. Back to Stobbs. Right corner three up and good. Garrett Stobbs with his 5th 3 of the season. He's got 6 early points. 18-10. Dogs back to within 8. From straight away. Brown with a 3. Elisha Brown leaves it short off the rim. Rebound, Tourn Villa, and a whistle and a foul.
Yeah, I think if Elijah Brown is able to set his feet, we saw him knock down a long 2, kind of moving to his right earlier in the first quarter. I think if he doesn't have happy feet right there and is able to set his feet from straight away, he gets a little more behind that shot than missed short off the iron.
Ben Kennedy committing that personal going over the back. His first team's 5th. That's 5 different players with 1 foul each. The Dogs in the front court down by 8 to 11 to play in our first quarter. Sutherland with it in the lane, works towards the rim, has the shot blocked. Coming out of there with it is North Stafford. I've got them right now with an 11-4 rebounding edge. All the way to the rim, Javon Swinton lays it up and in. 20-10 the lead for North Stafford. Tourn Villa into the lane, stops, pops, it's good. Tourn Villa from about 8 feet out makes it 20-12. North Stafford with the advantage.
Yeah, Villa now with 5 and a great job. Able to come to a stop on a dime in the lane and pop up for the shot.
Yeah, very good moving from left to right.
Yep.
Getting into the lane and squaring those shoulders to make that shot. Javon Swinton, 2-time District Player of the Year. Controlling the dribble, gives it off. Elisha Brown with a very long 3. It rims out, no good. Leftridge the rebound. Out to Swinton from the right side. His 3 hits the backboard, the rim, the backboard, and then goes in. So Swinton gets 3, and the Martinsburg coaching staff felt that maybe it hit the basket support. It did not, and Teddy Marshall the other way, just left of the lane, turnaround jumper up and good. That one from about 12 feet out, quickly back the other way. North Stafford throws over top of that Bulldog defense, and they are able to work it to, we believe, Hezekiah Brown for the bucket. We do get confirmation as we hear the PA. It was Hezekiah Brown.
And that was a great play by Brown. Got that like a football pass, never took his dribble, was able to slow down going full speed enough that he was able to put it with touch off the glass.
Teddy Marshall with a sweet drive down the right side of the lane, tries that underhand scoop shot. It did not go a little strong off the rim, but Javon Swinton will be called with his second personal. 25-14, the lead right now for North Stafford. Going to the line, Teddy Marshall. He's just 2 for 6 this season. Foul shot up and good. He's got 3 points. We'll be anxious to see the North Stafford jerseys tomorrow, as each team gets a chance to wear their home jersey and road jersey in this tournament. Hopefully you can see the numbers better.
I'm just thankful that you get to do the play-by-play for this one.
And it's not good. I understand the beauty aspect of it, but it's a purpose to having numbers on a jersey, and it's called identification.
I'm sure those suckers look good up close.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. 25-16, the lead for North Stafford. Both foul shots good for Teddy Marshall. And North Stafford will hold for the final shot. Down to 13 seconds left in the quarter. Dribbling on that far side. Can't tell the number. I'll tell you when I see it. That was Vasquez with it. He'll give it off to Hezekiah Brown from straight away. 15-footer, too strong and a little wide left as well. Stobbs grabbed the rebound. Horn sounds, and we will end to quarter number 2 when we come back. After 1, North Stafford leading Martinsburg 25-16.
Hi, this is Eric from Hagerstown Ford. I keep telling you that Hagerstown Ford has completely changed the car buying experience forever. And with a return policy easier than Walmart, Hagerstown Ford has a goal to deliver 350 cars and trucks per month. And when I say deliver, I mean deliver to you, where you are, just like Amazon does. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. The only way Hagerstown Ford can accomplish this extremely aggressive goal is to make the car buying process fast and easy. We simply refuse to play the dumb back and forth games that most dealerships want to play. There's absolutely no reason for you to waste your precious time at a car dealership. I assure you, there is no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. that can beat our price. There's no dealership that will allow you to return your new car if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely has the best price, and we'll bring the car to you. And if you don't want it, return it, period. No questions asked. There's no reason to buy anywhere else. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience and get your new ride delivered to you.
Contact dealer for details.
Along with Matt Crawford, I'm Matt Miller. John Alderton running our TV 10 camera. Eric Sterick, our studio producer engineer for this broadcast. North Stafford with a 25-16 lead as we start quarter number 2 here at the Fieldhouse. And the Wolverines have the basketball. Hezekiah Brown along the near side. Sends to Vasquez in the left corner. The 3-ball put up and did not go for Cole Marucci, and could not see who tipped it in. They're still checking at the scorer's table, and we'll get the announcement.
I believe that was either Vasquez or Miraculous 33.
I think it was Brown. I think they said that it was Elisha Brown. Marshall from the left wing, a long 3. It comes off the mark. Back the other way. Here comes North Stafford. That's Vasquez to the basket. Shot a little too strong. Good box out. Tel Renvilla. He's got the ball and will bring it up that far side. Passing ahead to Stobbs. Down the right baseline. Floats it up with the left hand, and the shot rolls off both sides of the rim. North Stafford basketball. Quick outlet down the floor. Into the lane. Shot attempt for Nashawn Leftridge. And the 6'3 senior fouled. Will get a couple of free throws.
I'm impressed so far with the athleticism of North Stafford and what they can do going full speed with the basketball, and the way they're able to change direction and make moves airborne. Again, moving full speed. I'm really impressed with the athleticism so far.
Foul is on Dorn Smith. It'll be his first, team's third. At the line, Leftridge, and his free throw off the mark. They're now 1 of 3 from the line so far in this first half, but North Stafford has knocked down 4 3-pointers. Martinsburg's hit just 1 3. It's gone 5 of 8 from the line. Second foul shot off the mark as well, and the rebound run down by Leftridge in that left corner. Out top to Hezekiah Brown. Around on this right side to Vasquez. Penetrating into the lane, had it poked away from behind. Martinsburg comes away with a loose ball. Open on the left baseline. That's Luke Fowler from 16 feet away. Shot off the mark, and North Stafford clears. Dogs with some one-and-dones. 3-ball from the left side. Rolls around and out for Marucci. Tourn Smith the rebound. He's going to try to go coast to coast. Slows it down on that right wing, giving it off to Teddy Marshall. 6.5 minutes to play in our first half.
Good decision by Teddy Marshall. I think he's been forcing some threes early in this game. A good job to settle down and not take a three that was a little bit out of the range where he should have.
Good look down low. Marshall gets it to Tourn Villa. He was right of the rim, worked his way left of the rim, and somehow got that shot to go. That's a tough angle. 27-18. North Stafford out in front. A bucket the first two of this second quarter for the Bulldogs. 3-ball. Off the rim in the backboard, no good again for Marucci. He must be a three-point specialist as he's been shooting them since he's come in. Hezekiah Brown trying a shot from the right side, partially deflected. Marucci got it. His shot partially deflected. The Bulldogs back the other way until Villa's outlet pass a little beyond the reach of Luke Fowler, out of bounds, a Martinsburg turnover. Not a lot of turnovers for either team. I've got just 2 now for Martinsburg, 5 for North Stafford. The problem is I got the Dogs being out-rebounded about 16-7, and they're not shooting well on the offensive end.
Yeah, a lot of second-chance points and second-chance opportunities so far for North Stafford as well. Not necessarily that Martinsburg's being boxed out down low. It's a lot of just tips out that North Stafford's been able to run down.
Ben Kennedy driving, baseline right side, shoots it up over Tourn Villa and banks it in. Kennedy's got 5. Again, not an easy shot, but able to get it to go. Teddy Marshall in the front court, spins his way towards the foul line, lost control of the dribble, but runs it down on the left wing. Out top to Tourn Villa, dribbles to the right wing. His 15-footer off the mark. Rebound rolled across the top of the backboard, down to Luke Fowler, who puts it up and in. Left of the lane, Fowler gets the bucket, cuts the deficit to 9, 29-20. Swinton along the near side. Controls that dribble, sending on that far side to Elisha Brown. In the corner, left side 3-ball. Off the mark, out of the hand of Asbury and out of bounds. And our 2 officials are going to have to get together. It's either off of Asbury or the Bulldogs' Austin Reed.
The initial sign was it was off Austin Reed, and they're going to keep it North Stafford basketball.
So off of Austin Reed, that'll go down as a team rebound. Checking back into the lineup is Vasquez. Asbury going to head to the bench. Inbounds coming baseline left side. Tip pass goes right back to the inbounder, and the 3-ball from that left side is up and good. I believe that was Swinton, yes. Swinton makes his 3rd 3 of this first half. He's got 11 points, 32-20, North Stafford. Teddy Marshall on that left wing, gives out top. Wide open 3 for Tourn Smith off the right side of the rim. Reed grabs the rebound. Dribbles out to that sideline. Gives back to Tourn Smith right of the lane. Short jumper off the mark, no good. That did everything but drop through. North Stafford down the floor. Brown's pass off the hand of Kennedy, but he regains control. Left side of the paint. He banks it up and in. Ben Kennedy from about 8 feet out. 34-20, a 14-point North Stafford lead. Martinsburg's got to find a way to stay in this one to halftime, and a near steal on that far sideline, but as the ball got knocked away, it could not be saved. Stepping on that end line was a young man in an orange jersey with an orange number with a thin blue outline that you can't stinking see from here. If you can tell I'm a little frustrated, I hope so. It's ridiculous that jerseys are allowed like this. I'm just going to put it out there. Kamari Dow checking into the lineup for Martinsburg. And it's not just here. We've watched him at the scorer's table take time before an announcement is made as to who fouls or takes a shot because it's so hard to see. Austin Reed with a floater in the lane for Martinsburg off the mark. Elisha Brown the other way. Right side, foul line extended, his shot off the mark. Kamari Dow got the rebound. I can see his number. It's black with a little orange trim on a white jersey. Luke Fowler open left side. Long three off the back of the rim, no good. North Stafford with a run out. It's 1-on-1 and to the rim. Elisha Brown has his shot blocked by Kamari and down, and it goes out of bounds, staying with North Stafford. Nice defense by the 5'9" sophomore Dow.
With Elisha Brown spinning twice, it looked like. That's a great job by Dow, just able to keep his footing and not lunge, not reach, and to keep his feet solid and play solid defense with what was a tricky shot put up by Brown.
Swinton takes the inbounds tip right back to him, dribbling to his right. He misses the shot from that left wing, and Martinsburg quickly goes the other way with a pass to Luke Fowler, who lays it up and in.
Nice little head fake for Fowler, then finishing on the right side with that left hand. Great take by Fowler.
Swinton driving from left to right into the lane. His floater short off the iron, but a whistle and a foul. It'll go on Martinsburg. Let's wait and see. It is 1-1. Dorn Smith, and that'll be his second. Team foul number 4. Swinton going to the line for the first time today. He's got 11 points. 6'2" senior, outstanding athlete. Free throw, short off the rim. Well, they are now 0 for 3 from the line in this quarter, making them 1 for 5 in the ball game. Tough free throw shooting for both of these teams. Imagine what the score could be if they made foul shots. Swinton will get another opportunity. Dorn Smith checks out. Teddy Marshall back in after a very short breather. Swinton's second free throw opportunity up, and it is good. 34-23 should be the score. They've got 35-22 on the scoreboard. I think it's backwards. Down the floor, there is the pass ahead to Luke Fowler, and the layup is good. I marked it wrong on my score sheet. Pay no attention to me. I don't know what I'm doing.
Calling a basketball game?
Yeah,
the
badly,
Skip Fowler Memorial Basketball Tournament.
35-24 after that bucket for Luke Fowler. Coming off the bench, he's got 6 points. 35-24. 2:41. My score sheet is back where it needs to be.
Yeah, Fowler doing a good job around the basket. He's hustling up to get in good position and is making his teammates have very easy passes to make to him down low.
Vasquez on the right wing, penetrates into the lane, finds an open. Kennedy is up and under, shot off the mark, no good. Kennedy gets his own rebound, spins, puts it up. It rattles in and out, and this time Teddy Marshall clears. He'll work into the front court himself. Little hesitation move at the top of the key to Fowler on the left wing. Back to Marshall. Nearing 2 minutes left in our first half. Marshall faking right, comes back left. Pass to Fowler beyond the arc. Dribbling to his right, works to Kamari and Dow. Dow to the basket. Took it up against Kennedy. May have gotten a piece of it. Came off the bottom of the backboard. And Swinton the other way. Lost it as he was going up. He split 2 defenders, and it's out of bounds off Martinsburg. Tough break there. Dogs were hopeful that it might have just gone off of Swinton as he lost it on the way up.
Good defense by Luke Fowler, too. He's having a whale of a game.
Yeah, playing well. Vasquez with it out top.
Offensively, defensively, he's been that size at 6'4" down low that Martinsburg needs.
Swinton from the right corner. 3 on the way. He got it. Wow, he's got 4 of those here in this first half. And a timeout taken by Steve Hibbard after the made 3. 38-24. North Stafford with the lead. Let's take the 30-second break with 1:36 left in the half.
Who should you call when it comes to your real estate legal needs?
This is Chris Luttrell, local real estate attorney with offices in Martinsburg and Charlestown. Let's be direct. Buying or selling your home is a matter not to be taken lightly. At my firm, Luttrell LC, we possess the experience and knowledge to represent you and ensure your most important investment is protected. Give us a call at 304-267-3050, 304-267-3050, because at Luttrell LC, your home is our business.
Back again here at the field house. Martinsburg trailing North Stafford. The Dogs have yet to trail at the half this season. They have led at the half in each of their first 3 games. But it'd take a miracle for them to be leading at the half right now.
It would take quite a run.
Hang on there, Tweety. Are you familiar with Sylvester and Tweety? I mean, you're young enough. They had crazy cartoons by the time you were growing up, like SpongeBob.
I am familiar with the older cartoons.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Martinsburg basketball. Let's see what they can do. Teddy Marshall sending to Luke Fowler beyond the arc, left side, back out top to Marshall. Good man-to-man defense. Hezekiah Brown on Marshall. Teddy Marshall spinning to his left, into the lane, dumps it off. Kamarian Dow, shot good.
Great give by Teddy Marshall. Looked like he was going to go up with that left hand and really just kind of dropped the basketball. It wasn't even really a pass, just kind of let go of the basketball right into the arms of Dow.
Driving down the middle of the lane, Javon Swinton fouled by the Bulldogs' Tourn Villa. Villa went up to try to block that shot. It'll be his first personal. 5th team foul. 6 team fouls so far for North Stafford.
And Matt, you talked about it would take a miracle for Martinsburg to be leading at the half. I think the goal right now is to just make sure you go in to that halftime break with the deficit at single digits. I think if you do that, if you're within 9, you've set yourself up in a situation where you're at least in a stone's throw of still being in the game.
Well, they were down 9 going into this second quarter. Right now, goal is to try to get even in this second quarter. Both free throws are good, so it's a 40-26, 14-point North Stafford lead. Elisha Brown, who had 10 in the first quarter, just 2 in the second quarter, replaces Swinton in the North Stafford lineup. Into the front court, Teddy Marshall had it poked away, regains control. Sending left side to Dow. Back to Marshall beyond the arc on that right wing. Hands it off to Tourn Villa. Villa to his left, into the lane. Comes to a jump stop, fouled as he goes up for the shot. Reaching in to Sean Leftridge will pick up the foul. His first, team's 7th. Tourn Villa to the line. Villa came in averaging 24.7 points through the first 3 games. Had a career high 31 against Brook Point last time out. Right now just 7. Make it 8 as the foul shot is good. Dogs need him to come to life in this one.
And at this point in the game, the Dogs need to just hit free throws when they're at the line.
It's the best time to hit them when you're at the line. Foul shot up and good. I had to go there. I'm sorry.
You can't see a jersey number. Did I make fun of you? No.
40-28 as Villa makes both. He's now 3 for 4 from the line. He's really been picking up his free throw shooting after a slow start on the season. North Stafford, head coach Steve Hibbert wants to hold for the final shot, or does he? Wow, Kennedy, a long 3 from the right side in front of the Bulldog bench. Rebound to North Stafford as it came off the back rim, but the outlet stolen. Teddy Marshall down the floor, fouled as he goes for the reverse layup. Both guys hit the deck. I'm wanting to see who it was for North Stafford. That's Caleb Vasquez, who went down almost chest first onto the ground, and he's right back up.
And Matt, it was a good take by Teddy. I think he may have got away with the 3rd step, going from that far side of the court all the way to this near side and left side of the basket. But it was a good take, but I think Lucky's going to the line, and ball's not going back the other way with North Stafford.
Free throw up and good. Marshall 3 for 3 from the line. He's got 5 first-half points. That's his first point, though, in this second quarter. 23.9 ticks left in our first half. Foul shot on the way. It's good. Marshall gets them both. 40-30. Dogs trail by 10. Need a stop here. Swinton working into the front court on the dribble. Calls a player out to take the ball from him. It almost got knocked away, and he saved it from going out of bounds. Swinton with it again. Gives to Elisha Brown. Right side 3 on the way. Got it. Wow. His 3rd of the first half. What a way for North Stafford to close out the first half with that big 3 for Brown, who's got 15 points to lead the way. 43-30. Martinsburg trailing by 13 at the intermission. We'll take a 60-second break, come back and tell you all about the first half as we get into our halftime, and that halftime show being brought to you by Smallwood Small Insurance. We're back again after 60 with Martinsburg down by 13.
Let's talk trash, because when it comes to trash, you have options. Panhandle Dumpsters is a local family-owned garbage hauling company serving both residential and commercial customers with weekly trash pickup, dumpster service, yard waste pickup, and bulk pickups too. Panhandle Dumpsters will give you a free trash can and provide curbside service for just $23 a month. Panhandle Dumpsters features a fleet of quieter, eco-friendly garbage trucks, thereby reducing the noise usually associated with pickup. Switch now and save up to 30%. Call 833-DUMP-STR, panhandledumpsters.com.
My family, we're always on the move. Little brother is living it up.
What's up, sis?
See Mom made dinner?
I will see you there.
And my big brother, he's got his hands full. But when Mom says come home for dinner, What could possibly stand in our way? Nothing. When you're a part of a family like this, you always show up. The Honda family of SUVs, awarded Best SUV Brand for 2019.
Miller Honda, south of Winchester, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. www.mymillerhonda.com.
Welcome back into the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. Along with Matt Crawford, I'm Matt Miller. John Alderton running our TV10 camera. Eric Sterick at the studio. First half, not pretty for Martinsburg. Matt, as we break it down, it was North Stafford taking an 8-0 lead, pushed it out to a 10-2 lead. Martinsburg cut the deficit to 10-7, but North Stafford pushed it right back out to an 18-7 advantage. By the end of one, it was a 9-point North Stafford lead, 25-16. Martinsburg never able to cut into that deficit really in that second period, able to keep it at 9 for a short time, but eventually North Stafford pushing that lead out to 14-15 points, and here at the intermission, the lead is at 13, 43-30.
Yeah, and Martinsburg just hasn't had big runs. Basketball's a game of runs. You hear that all the time, and right now North Stafford has had much larger runs than Martinsburg has had, and every time Martinsburg gets back within that single-digit mark, and 9 has been the closest in a long while, it seems like North Stafford goes down and just scores 4 or 5 quick. It's not like they take their sweet time and all of a sudden they're back up to a 14, 15-point lead. It's in a matter of seconds, it seems like, that they're quickly jumping back out to a 14, 15-point lead. And right now, Martinsburg's just got to find a way to slow down their tempo. Again, I talked about it early in the game. Both teams come in wanting to get up and down the floor, and right now North Stafford doing a better job of controlling that tempo of Martinsburg than Martinsburg's able to do controlling the tempo of North Stafford.
Well, North Stafford doing the job on the boards as well. Martinsburg not having a good shooting night, and you can't afford to get out-rebounded on a night when you're not shooting well. We'll go through the numbers later, but I got Martinsburg right now minus 12 in the rebounding category.
And how many of those are offensive?
Yeah.
I mean, there's been a lot of second-chance points, a lot of second-chance opportunities on the offensive end for North Stafford.
All right, this is the second of 2 games today here at the Skip Fowler Memorial Tournament. In Game 1, it was Freedom against Spring Mills. When we come back, I'll turn it over to Matt for a little bit of a breakdown of that one, as he had the play-by-play call on our earlier game. We'll also see what else is going on with EPAC boys basketball teams. Hedgesville got a win as they're playing at a tournament down in Charleston, South Carolina. That and more when we return at the intermission. Our halftime brought to you by Smallwood Small Insurance, your total insurance solution. They're at 121 Administrative Drive in Martinsburg. Phone 304-263-3361. At the break, North Stafford leads Martinsburg 43-30.
Hello, I'm Michael Falk, a lifelong resident of West Virginia, husband and father. I worked my way through school and life with honesty, hard work, and determination. These principles have served me well in athletics, education, farming, and aviation, and have carried me through years of fighting for a more accountable government at the local and state level. These same core principles will allow me to serve you well in Charleston. I believe true leadership is sticking your neck out for right, even when it goes against the establishment. You can help me put principle over politics and beat the odds one more time.
Remember that last trip to the auto mechanic?
I also think your solenoid gasket is bad.
What?
Yep, that'll be another $500.
Forget that and go to D&N Auto Specialist at 230 Tavern Road, Martinsburg, where honesty is their best policy. Serving the Eastern Panhandle since 1974, D&N Auto is family-owned and operated, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. From general maintenance to major overhauls, they'll treat you right. Call D&N Auto Specialist at 304-267-4078.
We are back again here at the Martinsburg Fieldhouse, where Martinsburg trails North Stafford 43-30 in Game 2 of today's doubleheader at the Skip Fowler Memorial Tournament. In Game 1, it was Freedom against Spring Mills. Matt, it played out for Spring Mills kind of like this first half has played out for Martinsburg.
Yeah, it did. Freedom took a 22-10 lead into the first quarter intermission, a 43-20 lead into the half. And the second half was really no different, 55-30 after 3 quarters. The final score of that one, 74-44. And it was a tale of 2 different players, one in each half for Freedom. In the first half, Alex Bachman, 18 points. Didn't score in the second half. The freshman had a phenomenal first half and really a phenomenal second quarter, where all but 5 of those 18 points came in that second quarter. Excuse me. And in the second half, it was Dominic Jones, and it was, again, a short spurt in that fourth quarter. He had 4 consecutive threes, finishing with 14 points total in the game. But you just never saw a rhythm for Spring Mills. There's a lot of individual play, which I think is something that we talked a lot about last year as well. You didn't see the real team flow that you would expect to see. It was more individuals trying to make things happen on their own. I thought that they didn't play a bad game. Freedom was hitting lights out from beyond the arc, and I think just played better at team basketball. With the loss, Spring Mills drops their second game of the year. They're 3-2, and Freedom will go into their matchup with Martinsburg tomorrow at 5-4. Now winners of 3 of their last 4.
One other final that we are aware of out of Charleston, South Carolina. Hedgesville defeated Colton County 62-49, so the Eagles 6-0, staying in the winners bracket as they will play tomorrow. Meanwhile, Musselman is at home hosting Wheeling Park tonight, Grafton tomorrow, and it is Washington playing at the at the James Wood tournament going on both tonight and tomorrow. No scores reported there. All right, we'll take a timeout, another 60-second break, come back and wrap up our Smallwood Small Insurance halftime as we look at the first half numbers. At the intermission, North Stafford leads Martinsburg 43-30.
Shop Miller's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram today and find over 150 new and used vehicles to choose from. From gas savers to SUVs to four-wheel drive trucks, all of the new and most of the pre-owned vehicles come standard with a lifetime powertrain warranty. Now you can drive away with peace of mind knowing your vehicles are covered for life. And the best part about it, there are no service requirements with Miller's, and it's all included to you at no extra cost. That's right, no extra charge, and you're not required to service with us. Just follow the manufacturer's recommendations, and you're covered for life. With great quality vehicles and a great price, you can't miss with Miller's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Our courteous, experienced, and professional staff is waiting to assist you with finding the perfect vehicle that fits all of your needs. Unbeatable deals and excellent financing is right down the road. Stop in today. Miller's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Route 9 and Kelly Island Road, just east of Martinsburg, or online at MillerChryslerJeep.com. Miller's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Time for a look at our first half stats. They're brought to you by Mike Folk for Governor. Accountable, ethical, responsible. Learn more at Folk, the number 4, WV.com. Paid for by Michael Folk for Governor. Individual numbers. Matt, take it away.
Where do you want to start?
Let's go with Martinsburg.
Let's do it. Kamari and Dow, 2 points in the second quarter, is only 2 of the game. Telrin Villa, 5 in the first quarter. He would add 4 in quarter number 2. He's got 9 after one half of play. Garrett Staub, 6 points. Teddy Marshall has added 6 as well. Jarvis Thurston hit 1 foul shot. He's got that lone point in the game so far. And a third player with 6 points. Luke Fowler had a very good second quarter. Really was a dominant presence offensively and defensively down low for North Stafford. Aiden Pittman has 2 points, 17 points for Javon Swinton, 7 points for Ben Kennedy. Nashawn Leftridge had an opportunity to put some points on the board. He was 0 for 2 from the charity stripe in the first quarter. 15 points for Elijah Brown, and that includes 3 3-pointers and 1 that was a toe away from being a 3, and then 2 points for Hezekiah Brown as well. So 5 players in the scoring book so far for North Stafford, where there is 6 that have notched tallies in the score category for the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Those are your individual numbers.
North Stafford knocked down 7 threes to just 1 for Martinsburg. North Stafford 4 of 8, 50% from the line. Martinsburg 9 of 12, 75%. Best free throw shooting they've had all season. But I got the Wolverines out rebounding the Bulldogs 23-11. Just 6 turnovers for North Stafford, just 2 for Martinsburg. Turnovers haven't been the problem. Missing shots and rebounding has been. All right, the Dogs get it. Second half underway. Teddy Marshall into the front court. Martinsburg now shooting at the hoop to our right. They'll go double high post and work to Telrin Villa down the right side of the lane. Draws contact, and he'll go to the line. Now they used Villa on one side, Dorn Smith on the other side of the foul line. The double high post move. Fouls on Nashawn Leftridge, his second, and Telrin Villa to the line where he was 3 for 4 in the first half. Foul shot, rattles around and drops through. He's into double figures, 10 points on the night. Last year, 12 times he scored 10 or more points. He's gone for 10 or more in each of the first 3, 18, 25, and then 31, and now 11. so far in this one as he knocks down both. 43-32. Here's where Martinsburg needs a little mini run. Let's get this second half started right. See how they do defensively. Switching things up. Going to a little 3-2. And Jarvis Thurston able to get the steal near the foul line. Getting ahead to Garrett Stobbs. Stobbs driving in. Gets twisted around and knocked to the ground, and there will be a foul. So the Bulldogs being aggressive and have drawn a pair of fouls. This one on 1-5, Elisha Brown. That'll be his second.
And just an unnecessary foul by Elisha Brown. Garrett Stobbs driving into 3 defenders. You just put your hands up and keep your feet moving. I'm not sure where Stobbs is going to take that basketball. It would have been hard to dish it off to somebody, and a very unlikely shot that he would make going up against 3 defenders. So not a foul that was necessary at that point.
A little zone defense applied by North Stafford, and the Dogs able to get it in the right corner to Telrin Villa. His 3 rolled around, down in, and then popped right back out again. Out of bounds to North Stafford.
What was the phrase you used in that Spring Mills game? Went everywhere but in the basket?
Yeah. Touched every part of the rim and even touched a little net before popping back out. 43-32. North Stafford with the lead in the basketball. Right now, content keeping it around the perimeter. Now a skip pass across the floor from left to right down into the corner. Kennedy had it momentarily. Gave it off to Swinton. He dribbles to the baseline. Short jumper off the mark, no good. Rebound, Dorn Smith. Outlet to Telrin Villa up that far side. Villa to the foul line. Gives to Teddy Marshall. Right wing 3 on the way and off the rim, no good. Garrett Stobbs battling for the rebound. It was loose. Tipped from Teddy Marshall to Telrin Villa. Driving the right baseline. Had it stripped and out of bounds. It'll stay with Martinsburg. Nice job, Garrett Stobbs, to help keep that one alive.
And Villa having that one poked away. You could tell his head was turned back to the top of the key, looking for somebody to dish it off to.
Left side 3 on the way. Would not go for Marshall. Tip attempt for Telrin Villa. A little too strong. Back the other way. Here comes North Stafford. Still with that lead at 11. Swinton stopping, popping. Long 3 left side off the mark. Telrin Villa the rebound. Bulldog basketball. Outlet up that far sideline. Going to Marshall. To Jarvis Thurston in the left corner. Passing back out to Marshall and he kicked the ball. That was Vasquez who got his foot on it. Slowly getting some faces and names together since you can't see the numbers. Did I mention that? I know if you're watching on
just
TV.
3 or 4 or 5 times.
John Alderton's getting good shots, and he's close enough in. I'm sure you're looking on TV going, really? You can't see that? I'm telling you, it's tough. Driving down the left side of the lane, Jarvis Thurston put up a shot a little too strong. Battle got his own rebound out in the left corner. Passes to the foul line to Telrin Villa. Jump shot good.
Yeah, no question when Villa got that. He was not thinking pass at all. Got that, immediately went up, even with somebody right next to him on that left arm. Went straight up. Good shot by Villa.
Elisha Brown giving to Vasquez in that right corner. Back out top to Brown. Kennedy at the high post, turnaround jumper from the foul line, left it short off the rim. Dorn Smith grabs the rebound.
Man, this looks like a completely different North Stafford team. They've slowed down the tempo, playing more in the half court than trying to push it up and down the court, and right now not doing it very successfully.
Garrett Stobbs with a floater from the right side that was short off the rim, and North Stafford with the rebound. Swinton in the front court to Brown. Elisha Brown, long 3 from straight away. Off the rim, no good. Kennedy keeps it alive. Swinton's got it. His straightaway 3 hits off the mark. Rebound batted around like a volleyball, and eventually it comes down to North Stafford. Vasquez, left side of the floor, tries to drive the baseline. Fouled, I believe, by Dorn Smith.
They're going to call a foul on Smith. I'm not sure his foot just didn't come out from under him.
Yeah. Smith picks up his 3rd, and we're going to have a 30-second timeout taken by North Stafford. Kenny Stollifer, thank you. He says you can't see it on TV either. Yes, 5:06 to play in the 3rd, a 30-second break. Then we're back. Martinsburg down 43-34.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Steve Hibbert. He's in his 4th year leading the Wolverines. He's got a West Virginia connection. I don't know if anyone will remember that he was the coach at Huntington High in the southern part of the state in 2014, leading the Highlanders to a state championship, 55-54, beating Hurricane. After that, he went to Stafford High School, where he was an assistant coach, and then 4 years ago took over this North Stafford program. Bulldog basketball down 43-34. Big possession here. Teddy Marshall, left side three on the way, off the rim in the backboard, rebound, batted around, loose on the near side, safe from going out of bounds by Tourn Smith. To Jarvis Thurston, drives down the right baseline, banks it up and in, and there's a foul. Jarvis Thurston with a nice move. How about Tourn Smith saving that one? Fouls on Elisha Brown, and that's going to be his third. Cole Marucci checking in. And it's not going to be Brown sitting down with the 3 fouls, but rather Leftridge, who will head to the bench. Jarvis Thurston, 1 of 2 from the line in the first half, puts this one up, puts this one through. 43-37. The Dogs continue to just inch their way closer and closer. His 3-2 defense is stifled.
It is. Again, we said it just a moment ago. There's another steal. Yeah. This one by Tourn Smith.
Pass down low, but Smith takes it away. He works into the front court himself. Gives to Stobbs in the right corner. To Thurston. Around to Marshall on that left wing. Marshall near the sideline, dribbles down towards the corner, starts to drive the baseline. Passes off to Telrin Villa. Villa moving left to right into the lane. Passes to Stobbs. Right side three's up and good. Garrett Stobbs has 9, including a pair of threes in this one. Don't look now. The Dogs are within 3.
Yeah, this is a completely different North Stafford team than we saw in the first half offensively, and I think that is translating to what they're doing defensively. So much slower offensively, not able to do what made them successful in the first half, and now the crowd's starting to get into it at the field house.
Yeah, listen to him chant defense, defense. 43-40, Martinsburg down by 3. Kennedy along the right side of the paint, got down to the baseline, floated it up with a right-hand hook. It came off the mark with a rebound, tipped down along the left side where Swinton grabbed it. He gives it to Marucci. His shot wouldn't go. Rebound tipped, and again it's Swinton coming away with it. Trapped in the left corner, able to work it out to Marucci. He'll send around to Vasquez. Right wing 3, rattles in and out, no good. A rebound to Tourn Smith. The Dogs could tie with a 3. Smith up the floor, almost lost the dribble. Able to work it, intended for Telrin Villa, but taken away. Nice job by Kennedy, who got the steal. Into the front court, Swinton steps back for a 3 from the left side. Off the rim in the backboard, and the rebound to Teddy Marshall. Marshall, long lob feed down the floor, and Marucci able to steal. Ill-advised pass.
And North Stafford had the perfect opportunity that last series to use numbers and get up the floor, and decided to settle back and force a 3. They do get one down low here, but right now they're settling for an awful lot of 3s, and they've had numbers down low.
Swinton with a great drive. The underhand scoop shot wouldn't go, but Kennedy was there with a rebound and the putback. Now Telrin Villa driving baseline left side, reverse layup, puts it up and in, count it, and there's a foul. Personal will go on number 2, Ben Kennedy. That'll be his second. Team foul number 4. Telrin Villa to the line, and he's coming to life. He's now got 6 in this quarter, gives him 15 in the ball game. Thanks to Kathy Cloud telling me, yep, can't see those orange numbers on those orange jerseys on the TV either. Free throw up, free throw good. You're getting a kick out of this.
I mean, the level of happiness that comes with knowing that it's not just you that's doing this is very obvious on your face right now with each one of these texts.
When you look at me with my glasses out on the end of my nose so I can see the floor from long distance and my paperwork from short distance, there's always good confirmation when I'm not the only one having trouble. 45-43, Dogs within 2. Swinton driving baseline left to the rim, bank it up and in, and there's a foul on Telrin Villa. 3-point opportunity for Javon Swinton. He had 17 in the first half. That's his first bucket of this second half with 2:17 to play in the third.
And notice the last 2 baskets for North Stafford, they've decided to start going back towards the basket, not trying to nail 3s anymore. So doing what has worked well for them in that first half, moving that ball quickly around the perimeter, and then trying to get those numbers down low.
Swinton 3 of 4 from the foul line, make it 4 of 5. Puts it up, puts it through. 48-43, the lead back out to 5. North Stafford getting the turnover, the ball knocked away from Teddy Marshall. Kennedy comes up with it, drives it in, counted, and there's a foul as well. Oh, an ill-advised foul. No chance you were going to stop Ben Kennedy driving in on that left angle. That foul may go on Jarvis Thurston.
And it was a good job by Kennedy using his body as kind of a shield from the defender coming in. That was a smart heads-up play. He could have very easily gone up on the left side of the basket and had an easy layup, but decided that he was going to go to the right, try to draw contact, and execute it perfectly.
50-43, North Stafford stretching the lead back out to 7. Bulldog head coach Dave Rogers calling for a 30-second timeout. We will go ahead and keep it here. Reminding you tomorrow at 3:30, it's college basketball from CBS Westwood One Radio Sports. Louisville is at Kentucky. We'll then follow that up with Spring Mills against Freedom in Game 1 of Day 2 action from this Skip Fowler Memorial Tournament. And then that is followed by North of Stafford against Martinsburg, and that will be tomorrow. Wait a minute, did I write that backwards? I did. Let me correct myself. Freedom and Martinsburg will play in the late game. North Stafford and Spring Mills will play in the early game.
You're having a heck of a time today, buddy.
Hey, copy and paste on the computer works until you don't switch the things around. Yeah. I was saying it going, that's not right. Kennedy at the line, free throw opportunity to complete the three-point play. It's off the mark, no good, and as Luke Fowler is trying to corral the rebound, a whistle and a foul on Caleb Vasquez. So Fowler picking up where he left off in that first half. Had a very productive half with 6 points, solid on the defensive end. He gets a key rebound and a foul, and now Martinsburg will work into the front court down by 7. Teddy Marshall down the right side of the lane, draws contact, but his shot comes off the backside of the rim. He'll get a pair of free throws as Leftridge picks up the foul, his third. Teddy Marshall just not getting that shot to fall tonight.
He's trying it from different spots of the floor. He's tried from beyond the arc. He's tried shots in motion, floaters in the lane, and just can't seem to get him to fall from anywhere on the floor.
He's made one shot from the floor, but the good news is he's now 5 for 5 from the foul line, 7 points. Another free throw coming, this one up and good. Hit the front of the rim, the back of the rim, kind of sat there momentarily and then dropped through. 50-45, the Dogs down by 5, 1:45 to play in quarter number 3. Vasquez on the near side to Kennedy, down low, the pass tipped, but Swinton controls. Works through a double team, puts it up, and they'll count it. Swinton gets the bucket and the foul. Personal on Martinsburg's number 1-5, Teddy Marshall, his first. 4th team foul in this second half. Swinton to the line, 4 for 5, make it 5 for 6. He's got 6 points here in this second half, 23 in the ball game. 53-45, pass along the near side intended for Stobbs, knocked away, out of bounds into the end of the Bulldog bench. Not too far from Trey Sager, who, if you missed it, not playing, out 4 to 6 weeks with a severely sprained ankle suffered in practice. Teddy Marshall splits 2 defenders at the foul line, floats it up in the lane, short off the rim, rebound tips. Kennedy controls, gives it off, and that's Swinton going to work into the front court, pulls up, very long 3, got it. Oh boy.
He saw something there he liked. There was no hesitation when he got into the front court. Swinton got about 5 steps beyond that three-point line and pulled up immediately. He was feeling something on that play and had a right feeling.
Lead right back out to 11. Jarvis Thurston driving, shot too strong, rebounded, put back for Telrin Villa. Nice job, Villa, being in the right spot at the right time. Grabbed it in the air, never came down.
Yeah, good take by Jarvis Thurston. Just couldn't slow down on his way to the basket. Had nobody in front of him. But when he went up very strong and never even hit the rim. He shot it so hard off the backboard.
56-47. North Stafford with the lead, and a backcourt violation once again The pass cross court from left to right. Hezekiah Brown caught it. His foot went into the back courts. We saw that in the earlier game for Spring Mills and Freedom. That's a turnover. Martinsburg gets it. Apparently it's just the player that has to touch in the backcourt, not the ball going across that midcourt stripe. So let's see if the Bulldogs can take advantage. 18 seconds left in the third. Long three, left side. Teddy Marshall got it. Maybe that'll get him going. 56-50 Dogs, down by 6. 7 seconds, 6 seconds. Swinton out top. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Swinton floats up a 3, left of the key, off the mark, rebound to Leftridge, but can't get the shot away. Horn sounds, and we'll be back with quarter number 4. Don't go away. It's now North Stafford 56 and Martinsburg 50.
Remember that last trip to the auto mechanic?
I also think your solenoid gasket is bad.
What?
Yep, that'll be another $500.
Forget that and go to D&N Auto Specialist at 230 Tavern Road, Martinsburg, where honesty is their best policy. Serving the Eastern Panhandle since 1974, D&N Auto is family-owned and operated, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. From general maintenance to major overhauls, they'll treat you right. Call D&N Auto Specialist at 304-267-4078. Carpet World is more than just carpet. Carpet World specializes in a complete selection of hardwood floors by respected names like Armstrong, Bruce, Shaw, and Mohawk, and tile by Dowell Tile, American Oleum, and Mannington for all rooms in your home. And Carpet World can update your bathroom shower with very attractive ceramic tile walls and floor. Financing with up to 12 months deferred interest is available, along with experienced quality installation at Carpet World, 2330 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. CarpetWorldofMartinsburg.com.
Back once again here at the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. Matt Miller with you, along with Matt Crawford, John Alderton running our TV10 camera, Eric Sterick, our engineer at the studio. Martinsburg outscoring North Stafford 20-13 in quarter number 3 to pull to within 6. North Stafford basketball to start this fourth quarter. Swinton leads the Wolverines with 26. Telrin Villa 18 to lead Martinsburg. 3-pointers in that third quarter, just 1 for North Stafford after 7 in the first half. Matt, you were pointing out only 2 players scored for North Stafford in that third.
Yeah, they're able to produce 13 points in that third, so not bad production offensively for North Stafford as a whole, but only getting 2 guys to contribute.
Vasquez on the left side, fires a pass down low, finds an open man. Leftridge couldn't get the shot to go, but got his own rebound, keeps it in the offensive zone. Skip pass from right to left to Vasquez, back out top to Swinton. Left of the lane, floats it up and gets it to go. 28 now for Javon Swinton. He has been a difference maker.
When they're falling, they're falling. There's no way that shot should have gone in. When you're getting those rolls, you're getting them all day long.
Teddy Marshall, pull-up 3 from the top of the key, off the back of the rim, and the rebound controlled by Elisha Brown. Brown working into the front court himself, feeds underneath. Leftridge with the shot, banks it up and in. He's got 17, first points of the second half, 60-50, lead back out to 10. Martinsburg needs a bucket. Leftridge had 15 in the first half. Gets his first 2 of the second half here, and just picked up his 4th personal foul. A little body check on Jarvis Thurston. Thurston hit the deck, and Elisha Brown may have to go back to the bench with his 4th. Eli Brown, going by Eli as we hear over the PA. He'll give way now to Hezekiah Brown. Brown's listed at 5 foot on the roster. 5-foot junior guard. Jarvis Thurston at the line. He's 2 for 3. Foul shot up, foul shot good. Martinsburg is 7 for 7 from the line in the second half and 16 for 19 in the game. Their Achilles heel through 3 games has kept them in this one. This foul shot up and good as well.
Yeah, that's something we talked about, was that in games like this, you were going to need to be able to make foul shots. And maybe it was a sense of needing to in this game that has allowed them to finally be productive from that charity stripe.
Lob pass from midcourt down low. Shot off the mark, though, for Kennedy. Rebound tipped, controlled by Jarvis Thurston. Thurston has his pocket picked in to the lane and the basket. Vasquez gets the leg up for his first 2 of the night. 62-52. Down the floor pass, saved from going out of bounds by Villa. Got it to Teddy Marshall, driving in on the left angle. A ton of contact, no foul called. Next to shot attempt for Marshall. Blocked out of there. Loose ball eventually picked up, and Vasquez driving length of the floor is fouled. Oh boy, I think the Bulldog faithful were wondering where the foul call was. Dave Rogers certainly is the head coach out in front of the scorer's table, barking at the officials. Foul on the other end on Jarvis Thurston. That'll be his 3rd.
Now, you don't want to call that for Martinsburg. It's fine. Just make sure you're calling it equally both ways at both ends of the floor. I think that's more the complaint right now, is that you're not getting the equal share of foul calls on both ends.
Vasquez to the foul line. Free throw rims in and out, no good. North Stafford 6 of 12 from the line now tonight after that miss. That lead at 10, 62-52. Foul shot on the way, and this one off the back of the rim. Kennedy, though, got the inside position, the rebound, and the putback basket. Wow. 64-52. The Dogs down by 12. Teddy Marshall driving down the right side of the lane, draws contact as Swinton went up to try to block the shot. The 6'2 senior will pick up his 3rd personal.
And Matt, that whistle blows. I'm not sure that was a foul. All the contact we saw in the last couple of possessions down the floor, that was the least amount of contact we had seen in the last 3 trips, and that's the one that gets called.
You know why? Because Dave Rogers was at the edge of the scorer's table fussing about that last one. Teddy Marshall, good with the foul shot. He is 7 for 7 from the line. He's got 12 points. Free throw coming. It is up, and it is good. 64-54, Dogs trailing by 10, and let's see what we're going to have at timeouts. Looks like a full timeout. We'll take the 60-second break with 5:46 left in the game. Back after this, Martinsburg down by 10.
Hi, this is Eric from Hagerstown Ford. I keep telling you that Hagerstown Ford has completely changed the car buying experience forever. And with a return policy easier than Walmart, Hagerstown Ford has a goal to deliver 350 cars and trucks per month. And when I say deliver, I mean deliver to you, where you are, just like Amazon does. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. The only way Hagerstown Ford can accomplish this extremely aggressive goal is to make the car buying process fast and easy. We simply refuse to play the dumb back and forth games that most dealerships want to play. There's absolutely no reason for you to waste your precious time at a car dealership. I assure you, there is no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. that can beat our price. There's no dealership that will allow you to return your new car if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely has the best price, and we'll bring the car to you. And if you don't want it, return it, period. No questions asked. There's no reason to buy anywhere else. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience and get your new ride delivered to you.
Contact dealer for details.
64-54, a 10-point advantage for the North Stafford Wolverines, looking to improve to 2-1. Looking to snap Martinsburg's modest 2-game winning streak. The Dogs would fall to 2-2 unless they could mount a rally. Plenty of time, and the Dogs now going to full court press. Broken by North Stafford. Quickly ahead, Vasquez able to lay it up and in. Off the right side of the lane, taking that pass for the open shot.
And that's the danger in having a full court press against a team like North Stafford. If they break it, they're going to be pretty darn efficient, like you just saw right there.
Tourn Villa taking a pass in the right corner, tried to drive the baseline. Hezekiah Brown looked to cut him off, made contact, and will pick up the foul. That'll be his 2nd. Should be the 9th team foul, and it is. Tourn Villa to the line. He's got 18 points, leading Martinsburg, but has yet to score here in 2.5 minutes of this 4th quarter. Foul shot up, foul shot good. He has now made 7 of 8 from the line. Teddy Marshall's gone 8 for 8 from the line. Jarvis Thurston has made 5 of 6. Great free throw shooting by Martinsburg. They've needed it in this one. 66-56. The Dogs within 10 again. Villa made them both.
And you see Martinsburg back off on the pressure because, again, you saw that last time off the floor. North Stafford broke it just so easily.
And a good feed down low to Caleb Vasquez. Low post right side. His shot is good. Even with that little token pressure around midcourt, Martinsburg couldn't stop them. Back the other way, taking it hard to the basket along the left angle. Teddy Marshall draws contact. He'll go to the line. Javon Swinton picks it up. I would have that as his 4th. Boy, if they could get him fouled out, that could go a long way to helping the Bulldogs down the stretch. Go right at him. He's got 28 points to lead all scorers. Teddy Marshall's free throw, no good. Missed his first one as it came off the right side of the rim, no good. 68-56. 12 points that lead for North Stafford. Free throw on the way, this one good. 68-57. Again, the Bulldogs go back to that half-courts defense, not going to try to trap. And Swinton with a traveling violation as he took a pass foul line, extended right side. He puts the palms out, and young man, I'm with you.
I was going to say, when you don't usually see a travel call during a dribble.
Yeah, not that fast.
With one hand dribbling. You usually don't see that. I'll give our far referee the benefit of the doubt because he was closer to the play than we were, but that is a rare call.
Teddy Marshall turns it over on the right wing, spun to his left into the lane. Elisha Brown with it, goes length of the floor and lays it up and in. He's got 19 points, 70-57. Most points Martinsburg has given up this season, 70 points. Charis Thurston into the lane, absorbed the contact, put up the floater. It's off the rim, and the rebound controlled by Swinton. Swinton racing up the far sideline. Body contact, and Swinton goes into one of the tables on the far side for some of the sponsors. He's okay, but he collapsed one of the table legs. I'll have to put that back. May have broken the table leg. They're working on it. They got it fixed, it looks like. Foul on the Bulldogs. That one will go on Dorn Smith. He'll pick up his 4th personal. With 4:35 left, somebody's fouling out of this one.
Yeah, somebody's bound to with the way that they've been playing the last couple of minutes. And for North Stafford, the way that it took a little while in the second half for their legs to get back under them. You got to remember, it's just their 3rd game of the season.
Yeah.
So they don't have the stamina that Martinsburg has, even though Martinsburg isn't into the heart of their season quite yet. But you're still looking at a team that's had more game experience than North Stafford. North Stafford, a very unusually low amount of games. And looking at their schedule, you talked about it in the pregame show, it was the 13th against Stafford, and then the 14th against Patriot. So they haven't played since the 14th after playing their first 2 games back-to-back nights. A very interesting schedule to start their 2019 and really end their 2019 with their only 4 games of the year coming in 2 back-to-back fashions.
They are well rested.
Yes.
This team went 13-11 a season ago. Several players back from last year, including the 2-time District Player of the Year, Javon Swinton. He's showing why he might be considered as a candidate again.
And I believe the Palmer Investments table is going to possibly go in the trash after this game.
Now, wait a minute. I think they've got it. Give that fan a contract. As he steps down out of the crowd and fixes the table. Inbounds pass to Kennedy. In the backcourt, his pass ahead, knocked away, and let's see what we've got. Will it go on Dorn Smith and be his 5th, or is it Javon Swinton and his 5th? 2 players going after the loose ball. That was a quick whistle, and Dorn Smith is fouled out for Martinsburg. Wow, that's a tough one.
That was 2 players going for the ball. I don't know how you call a foul on either end. I would have been just as amazed if that was a foul on North Stafford as it is for Martinsburg. Those are 2 players going for a loose ball. I didn't see anything there that warranted a foul call on either end.
No, neither player gained an advantage in going after that loose ball.
There was contact, yes, but you can't tell me that one contact was initiated more than the other. Not a fan of that call.
Dorn Smith averaging 11 points a game coming in, fouls out in this one without scoring tonight. On a night when Trey Sager's out because of the severely sprained ankle that's going to keep him out 4 to 6 weeks, they needed some points out of Smith. The Dogs down by 13, 70-57, 4:31 left, and Swinton to the line. Looking for point number 29, and he found it. Right in the bottom of the net.
And you could tell Smith visually frustrated as he went to the end of the bench. And you look at that Martinsburg bench, just 4 players eligible right now with Smith fouling out.
7 of 8 from the line for Swinton as he makes them both. He's got 30 points on the night, 72-57. Martinsburg down. 3 ball from right in front of the bench along the right sideline. Up and good for Garrett Stobbs, his 3rd of the night. That'll draw him a little closer. 72-60. 12-point Wolverine lead. Still time. 4 minutes, 12 seconds left. And a steal. Teddy Marshall on a double team along with Stobbs, able to take it away from Brown. And down the floor, a foul on Javon Swinton as he tried to block the shot of Teddy Marshall. And Swinton will foul out with 4:04 left.
And Teddy Marshall bobbing and weaving all the way through defenders, getting into the lane. A great job of knowing there was going to be contact made, but shielding contact behind him, and a good job of absorbing it and slowing that shot down enough that he could bank it off the glass. Great job by Teddy Marshall.
Swinton fouls out with 30 points, including 5 threes. He's 7 of 8 from the line. Martinsburg back to within 10 and could cut it to 9 if Marshall can make the foul shot. Free throw up, free throw, good. Don't go anywhere, 72-63. Martinsburg down by 9. Vasquez going to dribble towards the front court around Kamari and Dow. Gives it off to Kennedy. Kennedy along the baseline trying to pass over the top of Tourn. Villa got his hands on it, steals it to Marshall, to Fowler. Layup good. 72-65. Now Martinsburg goes to the full court pressure. Hezekiah Brown up the near side, works to the middle of the court, into the front court, passing it off. That's Elisha Brown, and as Brown drives in on the right angle, a whistle and a foul. Now the Bulldog faithful want a traveling violation, not going to get it. It'll be apparently a trip on 3 for Luke Fowler.
And this is where it becomes interesting for North Stafford as we saw at the beginning of the second half, struggle in the half court, slowing down the offense. But you also want to take time off the clock, because if you're rushing and hurrying a shot, that first foul shot up and good, but if you're working the ball up the floor quickly and not scoring, that's not helping your team either. So North Stafford in a tricky situation for how their team likes to run the offense right now.
Elisha Brown now has 5 points in this fourth quarter, lifts him to 20 on the ball game. Free throw up, and he got them both. Hits both foul shots to make it 74-65. 3.5 minutes left. Teddy Marshall in the front court to Dow on the near side. Back to Teddy Marshall. Skip pass into this right corner. Stobbs with it. Dribbles to his left. Again, a cross-court pass. Marshall with it. To Dow out top. Back to Teddy Marshall. Long 3, left side. Off the rim, no good. Rebound controlled by Leftwich. Gives to Eli Brown in the backcourt. Harassed by Kamari and Dow. Gets around him. A behind-the-back dribble. And Dow is there to take it away. Dow back into the front court to the basket, and the underhand scoop shot wouldn't go. He hit the deck. Luke Fowler rebound, putback is good. Martinsburg again drawing close, 74-67. In the backcourt, Brown with it. Hezekiah Brown works into the front court, sends on that far side to Eli Brown, and as Eli Brown started to drive, a whistle and a foul when Luke Fowler picks up his second.
Well, that's the case of the big man and Luke Fowler stepping out on the perimeter trying to guard a speedy guard on that right wing and just not able to move his feet quick enough to stay in position.
Eli Brown hit a pair moments ago. He'll go back to the line for 2 more. Well, 1 more, maybe 2. Nope, not going to get the second. That was the bonus, and he missed, and Tourn Villa clears the rebound. Into the front court, Bulldog basketball. Teddy Marshall pulls up beyond the arc, left side 3 is good. Martinsburg within 4. Great, 74-70.
Great job by Teddy Marshall. Little head fake and a step to the right, going from what would have been a contested 3 to a wide open 3. Great heads up play by Marshall.
Vasquez down the middle of the lane. Shot didn't go. Kennedy the rebound. He dumps it off right back to Vasquez. Double team, forces up the shot, and there's a foul. Dave Rogers wanting a 3-second violation, not getting the call. Instead, it's a foul on the Bulldogs. 1, 2, Tourn Villa. That'll be his 3rd. Villa's got 20 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 in the quarter means 20 for Teddy Marshall as well. So 2 Bulldogs with 20 points. Vasquez 0 for 2 from the line tonight. Puts this one up. Rattles in and out, no good. That was foul number 10 on the Bulldogs. By the way, I think it was found in the act of shooting anyway. So from now on, North Stafford will get 2 free throws. Vasquez, second foul shot. It's off the mark until Renvilla gets the rebound. The Dogs down by 4 with 2 minutes left. Vasquez 0 for 4, and free throw shooting, as much as it has helped Martinsburg, has hurt North Stafford. Teddy Marshall out top to Luke Fowler. Left side 3 on the way. Oh, pops in and out, no good. Kennedy clears that rebound.
That would have brought the gym down if he would have made that. With the day he's had,
Hezekiah Brown into the front court, losing his footing, loses the dribble. A steal for Tourn. Villa ahead to Marshall, leg up through it as he drove in on the left angle. And head coach Dave Rogers gets the timeout. 74-72. Martinsburg within 2 with 1:37 to play in this one. It'll be a full timeout. Let's take 60 as well, with Martinsburg trailing 74-72.
It's one of the toughest times you'll ever face when someone close to you passes away. It's a swirl of papers to sign and arrangements to be made, all while you're dealing with grief. At Brown Funeral Home, we encourage you to pre-plan. Pre-planning not only makes things easier for you, it protects you from rising costs. At Brown Funeral Home, our families are precious to us, and so are yours. Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown, Ranson.
Floodwaters can spread E. coli bacteria. Here's Bill Kearns from the Berkeley County Health Department about what to do if your well is tested positive.
If it's just a one-time contamination, you can superchlorinate your well, which we have instructions at the health department. They could call and talk to us. You're providing an excessive amount of bleach down the well. Then you do a runoff to get that out of the system, to get the bleach through your lines, get any contamination out of there. You do a runoff of so long, and then you can have it tested again.
The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. Call 304-263-5131.
Well, the Bulldogs on a run and trying to work their way back into this one. Down by 13, 70-57. They have cut that deficit down to 2 at 74-72. And the Bulldogs will put on full court pressure. 1:37 left. Both teams in the double bonus. The inbound's going to Kennedy. Kennedy giving it off. Vasquez, double team far side of the floor, calls a timeout.
Something I've noticed in this second half, North Stafford has had several opportunities to push the ball up the floor and have 2 or 3 wide open guys in the front court. And the minute that anybody gets pressure on the player who possesses the ball for North Stafford, their head goes down. They do not look up the floor. There's been several opportunities, including that play right there where there was a player going wide open up the floor, and the minute there is pressure, their heads go down and they go into defense mode and just protecting the basketball. They would have several more points in this game if their heads stayed up and would continue to try to push them off the floor. I'm sure Martinsburg has noticed that as well and are going to try to double team as much as possible, and right now it's working again. This is a completely different North Stafford team than what we saw in that first half.
Something important to keep in mind, 1 timeout left for North Stafford. Martinsburg still has 3 remaining with 1:32 left. The Dogs, I'm sure, will put on that full court pressure again. And remember, Javon Swinton, top player for North Stafford with 30 points out as he fouled out with 4:04 left.
Possession arrow also belongs to the Dogs right now.
It'll be Eli Brown to trigger the inbounds, works it into Vasquez, racing up that far side quickly into the front court. He now picks up his dribble, stomps on him near 5 seconds, able to get it off to Leftridge. Leftridge driving baseline right side, gets down to the basket and then turns, passes out to the foul line, and the shot up no good for Hezekiah Brown. Martinsburg the rebound, and the Bulldogs could tie or take the lead with a 3. Hezekiah Brown was wide open. I don't know that you can fault him for taking that foul line jumper.
No, not at all. I think every coach wants you to take that shot. That's a high percentage shot from the foul line.
Telrenvilla low post left side, backing his way in. They'll call him with the offensive foul. It'll be his 4th foul, and a Bulldog turnover as Ben Kennedy hit the deck and drew the call.
Yeah, Kennedy out from the basket enough and sensed that that's what Villa was going to do. That's a That's a call that I would not want to have to make if I was an official, but I don't think you can argue either way on that. It looked like Kennedy had his feet set. It's just a question of how close he was underneath the cylinder.
That's a senior play. He had a hunch of what was going to happen and how that was going to play out. And now our officials, one of them at least, stepping in as Kennedy and Kamari and Dow kind of talking at one another as they're trying to prepare for this Bulldog defensive pressure. Inbounds, looking, and it'll be a violation. Good defense by Martinsburg. Elisha Brown trying to pass it in, then wanted to hold up on the pass. The ball slips out of his hands and ends up out of bounds. Timeout Martinsburg. Head coach Dave Rogers wants to go ahead and burn another one of his timeouts, leaving him 2 left with 59 seconds remaining, and Martinsburg down by 2. We'll take a 30-second break and then come back. North Stafford leading the Bulldogs 74-72.
Carpet World is more than just carpet. Carpet World specializes in a complete selection of hardwood floors by respected names like Armstrong, Bruce, Shaw, and Mohawk, and tile by Dowell Tile, American Oleum, and Mannington for all rooms in your home. And Carpet World can update your bathroom shower with very attractive ceramic tile walls and floor. Financing with up to 12 months deferred interest is available, along with experienced quality installation at Carpet World, 2330 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. CarpetWorldofMartinsburg.com.
59.6 seconds left in this one. Oh boy, the Dogs down by 9 after 1, down by 13 at the half, got to within 6 at the end of 3, and they're down by just 2 with the basketball. Garrett Stobbs, baseline, left of the basket, triggering the inbounds. Looks, gets it in. Kamari and Dow, open 3, left side, a little too strong. Telrenville, a backside rebound, and the shot is up and good. He split a pair of defenders to get to the basket and tie it 74-74. And in the backcourt, offensive foul. Elisha Brown used the off arm to push away a defender, and Brown is going to foul out with 47 seconds left.
Well, Elijah Brown's amazed and doesn't like it, but that couldn't have been more obvious of an offensive foul call. You're moving up the court, you get trapped in a corner, and that arm fully extends. I don't know how he could be arguing that wasn't a player control foul at all. That was a textbook definition of using that off arm to gain separation.
Now another timeout for Martinsburg head coach Dave Rogers. Each team will have 1 timeout remaining with 47.4 seconds left. Wow, we're going to keep it right here. Do not go away. What a fourth quarter we have had as Martinsburg has rallied. I said it off camera. I'll say it on mic now. The Dogs, in their last 85 games, scoring 70 or more points, are 84-1. Stretch it out over a lengthy period of 215 games scoring 70 or more. They're 209-6. It has been a demarcation point for this program under head coach Dave Rogers. If they can get to 70, their chance of winning skyrockets through the roof.
The odds are in their favor, let's put it that way.
They've got the ball in a tie game with 47 seconds left. Let's see what's going to happen. Telrenville with the inbounds to Teddy Marshall in the backcourt. Will they try to hold for the final shot, or will they go ahead and force the action?
I think the way the North Stafford's been playing, you try to get a shot here and then force another turnover, get a 2-for-1.
Telrenville with it deep on the left side of the floor. Back to Marshall on this right wing. Down to 30 seconds in, 29 and counting, and Teddy Marshall, right angle, drives, lays it up and in. He got the opening, took it, and put it through.
What a second half for Teddy Marshall. He has been everywhere on the floor. That's got to be a double dribble.
Vasquez into the front court, gets it off, and driving in, that is Hezekiah Brown. His shot off the mark. Luke Fowler grabbing the rebound out beyond the three-point line, and he's fouled by Nashawn Leftridge.
That shot should have never happened anyway. Vasquez should have been called for a double dribble on that right wing. Did a spin move, completely picked the basketball up and set it back down. Either way, if Luke Fowler can knock a couple of foul shots through, Martinsburg's just 7.3 away from having one whale of a comeback.
Luke Fowler, 1 for 2 from the line this season, puts the first one up and through. It's a 3-point game, and head coach Dave Rogers burning his last time out. We'll take a 30-second break. 7.3 seconds left. Back in 30 with Martinsburg leading 77-74.
My family, we're always on the move. Little brother is living it up.
What's up, sis?
See Mom made dinner?
I will see you there.
And my big brother, he's got his hands full. But when Mom says come home for dinner, what could possibly stand in our way? Nothing. When you're part of a family like this, you always show up. The Honda family of SUVs, awarded Best SUV Brand for 2019.
Miller Honda, south of Winchester, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. www.mymillerhonda.com.
So the Martinsburg Bulldogs right now on a 20-4 run, erasing a 13-point deficit at 70-57, and now leading by 3.
Well, that's something we talked about at the half, was that in the first half, North Stafford had the big runs. Martinsburg will get back to within single digits at 9 or 7, but hadn't had that big run, and they chose to have that run at the best time possible, as this could become a 2-possession, barring what would be a miraculous 3-point and foul. But if Luke Fowler's got to concentrate here and knock this one through, and he does.
Nothing but net for Fowler. 78-74. Martinsburg up by 4. Fowler comes out as Cyril Ngasa checks in for the defense. Inbounds to Vasquez to the center of the floor, and he calls for a timeout with 2.7 seconds left. Wow.
You got to have a play there if you're North Stafford. That wasted about half a second just stopping to call the timeout in the front court. With 2.7 left, you need 2 possessions.
Well, if nothing else, you call that timeout after the made free throw before you ever inbound.
Well, you don't have your point guard run to the middle of the floor to call the timeout. You got to sprint him to right in front of that mid-court line and then call the timeout. That is not the best clock management I've ever seen.
A 21-4 run closing out this game. Wow, Martinsburg. It did not look good.
And how fitting would it be on this particular weekend if those 2 foul shots by Luke Fowler were the icing on the cake?
Yep, the son of Bruce Fowler, the grandson of Skip Fowler, who this memorial tournament is named after. Wow, what a touching moment.
Had you not put 2 and 2 together yet?
I thought about it, I just hadn't mentioned it. Inbounds, right back, long 3, right side, off the mark, no good for, I believe, Vasquez. And Martinsburg will escape with the victory, 78-74. Martinsburg on a 21-4 run to close it out, picks up their 3rd straight win. They improve to 3-1. North Stafford suffers a loss, falling to 1-2. We'll come back and tell you about it as we get into our post-game show. One more time, your final 78-74. Martinsburg gets the win. We're back in 2 minutes.
The level of care that I got at WVU Medicine was top-notch.
If you're not progressing in healthcare, you're falling behind.
Is really an integration, looking at a clinical care network, looking at the good people who can help push the envelope and raise the bar for delivering a quality healthcare product.
To have my life back is absolutely a blessing. I am beyond thankful for WVU Medicine. I absolutely 100% have my life back.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
They're my closest friends. We've been through a lot together. Seeing our kids off to college, Kelly losing her mom, my 50th birthday, I trust them with so much. So when it came to my finances, I trusted Kelly's referral to her Ameriprise advisor. Beth gives me the comprehensive advice that helps me feel confident my financial future is secure. With the right financial advisor, life can be brilliant. Ameriprise Financial.
2:30 in quarter number 3, began to chip away, got back to within 6 at 56-50, but we're down 70-57. Still about 4.5 minutes left. We said, look, there's still time, but you're seriously thinking inside, time's running out quick. And the Dogs go on a 21-4 run to close it out, outscoring North Stafford 28-18 in that fourth quarter, and go on for the almost unimaginable 78-74 win.
Well, you got to credit the coaching staff for changing up the defensive look in the second half. North Stafford could not get into a rhythm offensively like we saw in that first half, couldn't get up and down the floor as quick as they wanted to, and couldn't run an offense in the half court. Just at the end of the day, couldn't move the ball efficiently. They had a couple of drives where they drew fouls at the basket, but just never looked comfortable truly working in the half court set, not working quickly, up tempo, up and down the floor. So credit to the defensive adjustment that really helped slow down North Stafford and allow Martinsburg to get back into the ball game. And you look at free throws. It was bound to happen at some point. You knew it had to happen. And for the first time this year, Martinsburg's free throws kept them in the game, and their opponent missing free throws also allowed them to stay in the game.
Yeah, you look at Martinsburg going 25 of 29 from the line. That included 6 for 6 in the third quarter and 10 for 11 in the fourth quarter, a key part of that 21-4 run.
Yeah, and it's not only making free throws, but making free throws at the right time in the game. Knowing that you got the crowd behind you, you need to knock down certain shots at certain times. And Martinsburg did that very well tonight. And again, it kept them in the game. If they would have shot anywhere close to what their season average was, there's no way they're in this game. I don't think momentum-wise they ever get into this game. I think you can keep momentum if you're making foul shots. You're not keeping momentum if you're hitting 1 of 2 or missing 2 in the midst of a 20-4 run like we saw at the end of this game. So big situations, and Martinsburg came up big in those big situations. And credit Teddy Marshall. Was struggling early in the game, struggled in the first half, but then was able to come out in the second half and just have a whale of a basketball game. We'll get into those individual numbers here in just a bit.
Certainly going to be hard to name our player of the game, but we'll muddle our way through it a little later on in our post-game show. The post-game, by the way, brought to you by the Mirius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors, Phil McCoy and John Everson. Call Ameriprise Financial at 304-263-4343 or stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. A 60-second break. We'll come back and run some of the numbers from this one. Again, your final. Martinsburg coming from behind to beat North Stafford 78-74.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Who should you call when it comes to your real estate legal needs?
This is Chris Luttrell, local real estate attorney with offices in Martinsburg and Charlestown. Let's be direct. Buying or selling your home is a matter not to be taken lightly. At my firm, Luttrell LLC, we possess the experience and knowledge to represent you and ensure your most important investment is protected. Give us a call at 304-267-3050, 304-267-3050, because at Luttrell LLC, your home is our business.
It is time for us to take a look at the numbers from this one, and our post-game stats get started with the individual totals, and for that we turn to Matt.
Let's start with the Martinsburg Bulldogs. 2 points for Kamari and Dow, 22 for Telrin Villa. That was after 9 in the first half. Garrett Stobbs added 12 points, 24 points for Teddy Marshall. That was after just 6 in the first half, and 4 of those 6 coming from the charity stripe. He hit just 1 field goal in the first half, finished with 24 points and 1 heck of a fourth quarter. 6 points for Jarvis Thurston after just having 1 in that first half, and Luke Fowler was able to double up what he did in the first half and finishing with 12 points, including the 2 foul shots that iced this game. And again, couldn't be more fitting here on the first day of the Coach Skip Fowler Memorial Basketball Tournament for his grandson to have his best game of the season, probably his best game of his career at the high school level so far, and to have those foul shots that iced it for the Dogs. Aiden Pittman for North Stafford had 2 points, leading the way for North Stafford, and for all scores was Javon Swinton. He had 29 points, 17 in the first half, and a little quieter in that second half, but still not a bad
Actually
not
make
a bad
it
gag.
30. Count one of those extra. He was 7 of 8 from the line and hit 5 3-pointers. He had 7 of 8 from the line, so 30 points total for him.
All right, we'll give him 30 then. Mental math went wrong somewhere. 13 points for Ben Kennedy, 6 for Caleb Vasquez, 21 for Elisha Brown, and 2 for Hezekiah Brown. Those are your individual numbers from this one.
2 players really jumped out for each team when you look at Swinton and Eli Brown for the Wolverines, and of course Marshall and Villa for the Bulldogs. The question, who was going to be that third player? Well, Ben Kennedy stepped up, 13 points for North Stafford. Luke Fowler was the one to step up for Martinsburg with 12. Garrett Stobbs added 12 as well. The Dogs getting some really clutch performances as Stobbs and Fowler both went for season and career highs. Well, no, I stand corrected. Stobbs has a career high of 14, so great effort tonight by the Bulldogs. How about some team totals? Martinsburg did end up hitting 5 threes compared to North Stafford's 8 threes. The Dogs were 25 of 29 from the foul line, 86%. North Stafford 10 of 20. Just 50% from the foul line. There's the difference in a 4-point game. Rebounding, not often you get out-rebounded by 11, but rally for the win. I've got North Stafford 41 rebounds to Martinsburg's 30, and turnovers 14 for North Stafford, just 8 for Martinsburg. The Bulldogs 3-1, North Stafford falling to 1-2. One final timeout. We come back, name our player of the game, set you up for day 2 of the Coach Skip Fowler Memorial Tournament. That's after this 60-second timeout. Final tonight, Martinsburg 78, North Stafford 74.
Shop Miller's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram today and find over 150 new and used vehicles to choose from. From gas savers to SUVs to four-wheel drive trucks, all of the new and most of the pre-owned vehicles come standard with a lifetime powertrain warranty. Now you can drive away with peace of mind knowing your vehicles are covered for life. And the best part about it, there are no service requirements with Miller's, and it's all included to you at no extra cost. That's right, no extra charge, and you're not required to service with us. Just follow the manufacturer's recommendations, and you're covered for life. With great quality vehicles and a great price, you can't miss with Miller's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Our courteous, experienced, and professional staff is waiting to assist you with finding the perfect vehicle that fits all of your needs. Unbeatable deals and excellent financing is right down the road. Stop in today. Miller's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Route 9 and Kelly Island Road, just east of Martinsburg, or online at MillerChryslerJeep.com. Miller's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Let's wrap up the post-game show, brought to you by the Mirius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors John Everson and Phil McCoy. If you've got financial questions, retirement, investment questions, give them a call, 304-263-4343. All right, we got to start here with the naming of the player of the game. I know where I'm going, and let me see if you go the same place. We haven't talked about it.
No, we haven't. And part of me is going with my heart more than the stats for player of the game. Luke Fowler had one whale of a game. I mean, offensively and defense, you can't really look at defensive stats other than rebounds and blocks, but he was a presence down low and came off the bench, played well, and for a guy that's not in big situations an awful lot, for him to come in and sink those free throws at the end of the game, needing those 2 free throws, he's my vote for player of the game. I don't know if that's where you were going or not, but he's my vote.
I was going to share it because he had 6 key points, 6 of his 12 in that fourth quarter, including those clutch free throws. But I think you got to share it with Teddy Marshall just because of the fourth quarter that he had 13 fourth quarter points. As you were mentioning earlier, he had struggled. He had only 2 shots from the floor through the first 3 quarters, and he had 4 shots from the floor in the fourth quarter and went 10 of 11 from the foul line. You look at his play, this game really came down to those 2 guys being able to have huge fourth quarters and hit clutch shots. So I say we share it between Fowler and Marshall.
Well, considering we get to make those decisions, I say we do it.
So let it be written.
So let it be done.
There you go, our players of the game. All right, let's set up day 2 of the Skip Fowler Memorial Tournament. Earlier in game 1 of the tournament, Spring Mills and Freedom. It was Freedom who got the win in that one.
Yeah, it was. It was a 74-44 win over Spring Mills. Spring Mills drops to 3-2. Freedom will come into their game against Martinsburg at 5-4. And tomorrow it will be North Stafford taking on Spring Mills, and that should be both games tomorrow should be very entertaining to see how each one of these teams kind of reacts to the games they had today. Spring Mills came in at 3-1, was playing well, just could not get into a rhythm today. How do they react after suffering what was their largest setback of the season with a very young team? How do they come back? For Freedom, they have the, I think, biggest bullseye on their back in this tournament with everything hyped up about them being the runner-up in 5A in Virginia last year. A lot of guys back out of the South Riding area, so I think they want to come out and prove, hey, we didn't just beat Spring Mills because we were the better team that day. They want to prove how good of a team they are. Martinsburg is going to have to come in with momentum after what they did in the second half of this game, and I think for North Stafford, they're going to come in with a chip on their shoulder. This is one that got away from them that they should have won. So I think we're in for some very good basketball tomorrow. It'll start again at 6 o'clock, about a 5:45 pregame with Spring Mills and North Stafford. Then right around 7:30, 20 minutes after the conclusion of that one, we will have Martinsburg taking on Freedom.
One thing we do have to pass along, we have college basketball on the radio beginning with a 3:30 pregame and a 3:45 tip tomorrow. Louisville versus Kentucky in a major matchup. So that means on the radio side, we may be slightly late getting into the Spring Mills North Stafford game. That game will go off with our regular pregame right at the opening tip as well on TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube. And then on the radio side, we'll be jumping into the game just as soon as that Louisville-Kentucky game goes final. Again, we encourage you, come out tomorrow and take in the action here at the Fieldhouse, and we'll look forward to seeing you here. Well, special thanks to each of our sponsors supporting our coverage of today's action. Thanks goes out to both head coaches, well, really all 4 head coaches, providing us with information and interviews for today's game. Thanks to Athletic Director David Walker, all the staff and folks here at the Martinsburg Fieldhouse for their help and their support, their hospitality with our broadcast coverage. Thanks to Eric Sterick, our engineer and producer back at the studio. John Alderton is our TV 10 cameraman. For Matt Crawford, I'm Matt Miller reminding you, final scores today in Game 1, it was Freedom over Spring Mills, 74-44. Here in the nightcap, Martinsburg rallies to beat North Stafford, 78-74. Until tomorrow, so long, everyone.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Basketball featuring the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Today's game has been brought to you by
Miller Honda of Winchester, the Mirius Group at Ameriprise Financial, Parsons Ford, Smallwood Small Insurance, Miller's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, the Berkeley County Health Department, Luttrell LC Real Estate Attorney, Mike Folk for Governor, W. Harley Miller Systems, Carpet World, Bechtel Jewelers, Hagerstown Ford, the Brown Funeral Homes, WVU Medicine, and Panhandle Dumpsters.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and NBA basketball, keep it tuned to Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. All rights reserved.